Alright. Now let's get one last thing ready to go here. Hello, Rexxar. Hello, Brygvin. Oh yeah, I need to do that right off the bat here. Hello, Prague. Congrats, Brygvin. How are they working out for you so far? Hello, Spirit. Hello, Drake. Hello, Mariah Cool. I admittedly do not know you. I'm pretty good at recognizing the names of my regular viewers. So, welcome to the stream, Mariah Cool. Hey, Atheru. Hello, Adid. Greets, Marquis. Yes, that's right. You get greets. Everyone else gets hellos. More people I don't recognize. Hello, Friggle. Hello, Ariati. Or Ariati. I'm not actually sure how to say that. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. My pronunciations are weird. I have a weird combination of pronunciations. Congrats, Atheru. Ash Candy for life. Or Ash Candy, as I've heard some people say. Herson! Another person I don't recognize. Hello, Herson. Really quick question. Up there, you should be able to see the chat. I want to know how visible it is, how good the resolution is, for lack of a better way to put it. Because if it's bad, I can actually mess with it. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to mess with it. Because I want to make sure that people can see that. That's kind of the point. So let's go ahead and do this. And then let's do this. That should be a lot easier to read. Now all I have to do is adjust this like that, and then down. Okay, there. How's this? This is about as good as it's getting. Honestly. So I hope this is good, because I basically lack the ability to make that more readable than it currently is. Hello, Flinksword. Another name I don't recognize. Nice to see you. No, Prague. No. Hello, Blavius. Man, there's a lot of people I don't recognize here. Hi, everybody. So, let me just get the obvious out of the way. Wow, there's another name I don't recognize. Oh, I can barely read that because it's really light color. CMC Fade. Command and Conquer did certainly fade during its later... I'm sorry. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw that. Nice to see you. First of all... Okay, that hurts like hell. First of all, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm probably going to be taking a hydrocodone here, and probably several times during the weekend. Second of all, this is the raffle for the weekend. It's actually 2 copies of the Bastion. I'm sorry, Bastion, not the Bastion. So I'm raffling away 2 separate copies of it, so obviously one person isn't going to win 2. My point is 2 people are going to win it, if anybody's interested in it. You do need Steam in order to actually get it. That's just a duh. Virtually all of my raffle prizes are on Steam. And I've already got someone wanting to enter, so anybody who would like to... Yes, one of them is yours, Prague. Very true. Anyone who would like to be in the raffle, please let me know, and make sure I verify it audibly to ensure that you get in, because I keep track manually. Whoops, the text is still a little bit off. Hang on just a second here. There we go. And then we scroll down. Okay, so we've got Brygwin wanted to enter. Preacher wanted in. Black Salamander wanted to be in. Capanoine. There we go. Anybody else would like to get in right now, let me know. I'll add you to the raffle list. We'll be drawing it after I finish the game. Hello, Lewis. Nice to see you. Oh, Rondo wants in. I knew it, Miracle. I am going to go ahead and add you to the raffle there. Wow, with this few people, I may just give away all my prizes. No, I'm kidding. Oh, there we go. Marquis wants in. By the way, I do actually recommend Bastion. It's a good game. It doesn't have a lot of replay value in my opinion, but it does have a New Game Plus feature, as all good games should, so that's always a plus. One other thing. I have no intention of cheating my way through... oh, Desert Star. Thank you, Brygwin. Desert... Let me make sure I'm spelling that right. Star... There we go. I want to spell them right because this is your Twitch name is how I notify you and give you your prize. So that's why I want to make sure I have that correct. I don't intend to cheat my way through Frozen Throne, and a lot of the reason why is, unlike in Warcraft 3, okay, one of the things Blizzard does very well is works on its expansions. Usually its expansions are head over heels, just superior to the previous game. Brood War and General StarCraft is probably one of the best examples of that. But Frozen Throne and General Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos is another excellent example of what I'm talking about, because there are very few missions that it's just, here's your base, there's their base, go. Virtually every mission in Frozen Throne is actually either has some kind of twist to it or is unique or something. So, one way or another, I would rather not cheat. If it comes down to it, if I get to a period where I just have nothing to talk about, I may cheat to speed it up. But the general idea is I'm just going to go ahead and play the game naturally. And Prague apparently doesn't like that. How dare you, Prague. I will never forgive you. Guess we'll go ahead and rid of this. We don't need music for this. We've already got music. Speaking of which, the very first thing we're going to be doing is the Exodus of the Horde. And yes, we're playing on easy. Because, duh. So, for those of you who are not aware what this is, in between the tutorial levels of Warcraft 3, where you were playing as Thrall and, you know, saw Grom, and when you actually start playing the Orc levels proper, when you actually get to Kalimdor, these missions happen. These actually are a part of continuity. Yes, WebWriter, these are in fact the bonus campaign I was talking about. Also, lol, Prague. And hi, Case now. Now, the bonus campaign originally came out as a demo for Warcraft 3, so, you know, as it says, and we got a nice little map here going on. As you can see, this is pretty much right outside the Maelstrom. It looks like it's in it, but trust me, this is actually outside of it. This is near, I suddenly can't think of the name. The Zandalari Islands. This is near that. So, Agamemnon, this takes place during the human campaign, and pretty much just during, actually it's kind of like during the end of and the beginning of the Undead campaign is when this is happening, roughly. So the orcs have sailed, you know, halfway across the ocean, and they crash land here, near the Zandalari Islands. Now, one of the reasons I'm feeling free to talk is there's actually no voice acting for this. Again, this is part of the demo. Correct, Bragwin. And arguably is where it still is located. But we won't get into that. That's some theory crafting. Like I said, no voice acting. My god, someone put down sentry wards! Now this is Sen'jin. If you don't recognize who Sen'jin is, congrats, you've only played World of Warcraft. Well, I hope you enjoy Flink Sword. Sen'jin was the is a long-standing leader of the Darkspear tribe. I told you, Agamemnon, this was for the demo, so they never actually did voice acting for this. Now, there are actually humans here. It is debatable who and what these humans are here and why they're here. Best guess, Kultiras. It would make the most sense based on everything, and given what we ended up learning also in Frozen Throne. Hope you enjoy it, DE, excuse me. Ender's Game, I have no idea if it's any good or not, but I hope it is. I need to blow my nose. If it makes you feel any better, Prague, this game was here first. Give me a minute, Black Salamander.
The spirits are restless.
And now we have Troll Headhunters. I want to send my ships over there. Oh, right, we don't actually have naval combat yet. I was just poking fun, Prague. Everybody knows that.
Ready to work.
Whee. Hey, the Gimmers. Alright, the Gimmers. I gotta warn you. Okay? Spoiler alert, okay? I'm going to be spoiling everything about all of Warcraft. So,
Ready to work.
be warned, ye who enter here.
What do you want? Be happy to.
Speaking of which, per the usual, if anybody has any questions for me, including questions in general, and most especially questions related to Warcraft, by all means, say, hey Arsh, blah 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 blah. I will answer them to the greatest extent of my abilities.
For honor.
I do try to be as interactive as I can with my viewers.
What you want me to
It's always something I've enjoyed doing.
For honor.
Effectively, yes, Evil Knights. World of Warcraft Vanilla occurs approximately 3 years after the end of Frozen Throne, all things considered. So, you know, shrug. And I do apologize for my nose. I've been having allergy problems today. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. So, you know, apologies in advance. Whoop, hang on, we gotta kill the Sasquatch! Die, Sasquatch! Sorry. I think the Vrykul would actually make an interesting playable race. It would be interesting to balance, but it would be fascinating to play. It's kind of like the Naga in its own right. I think the Naga would be a great race to be playable, but there are concerns you have to come up with in order to make Naga playable and have it make sense. Same basic problem with the Vrykul. Not that although kind of in reverse, because Naga would make plenty of sense mechanics-wise and be easy, but would be much more difficult to fit in the lore. Hey, the Ice Frost. Welcome to the stream. If you don't have fun, then die. I mean, hi. Hi. Seriously, though, hi. I do hope you find my stream enjoyable. Oh, no, I think the Naga would work, Rasker. I genuinely do. In fact, I have been working last couple of days on a variance on the Magasayan rule set, which is my personal rule set for tabletop, which would add... it is basically a Warcraft version of my rule set, and I've been sincerely debating allowing playable races other than the standard WoW races. In fact, as long as a player can make a argument for just about anything, I'm pretty decided that I'm going to allow just about anything. A few ideas off the top of my head: ogres, Quillboar, kobolds, gnolls, Naga, Murlocs. Yeah, I know, you knew Murlocs was coming, right? Either way, I do think it would work. And anyways, Anthony, like I said, this is the bonus campaign, that is to say the demo, which was playable in Once Upon a Time. Excuse me. And so I'm about to lose a guy. No, he's dead. Murloc Paladin for life. I have heard of Warlords of Draenor, haven't really poked about it at all. The Gimmers, you are absolutely correct. The Orcs are in fact one of the only indigenous species of Draenor. Others include the Ogres, and that's basically it. I'm kidding, there's a couple other little races. But in general, the Draenei named themselves after the planet, not vice versa. Or, depending on who you ask, the Draenei gave the planet its name when they got here. It kind of depends on who you ask, and frankly, I don't think that the difference is consequential in any real sense of the word. Yeah, the Gron is who I was referring to there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The Gron are awesome. I actually wish I could play as a Gron, even though, you know, there's no way in hell that's ever going to happen. But the Gron are just a very cool race, in my opinion. Whoop, hello. Yeah, come back. Whoop, hang on. So anyways, as I was saying. No, Lieutenant Fuzz. I actually know several people like that, including my friend Gary. The Ogres Marquis did in fact come to Azeroth through the Dark Portal. In fact, they were specifically brought there by the demonic horde. Got it, Gimmers. I will do my best to remember myself remind myself that your name is Gimmers, not the Gimmers. Raskor, no, you could not play a Titan in my setting, because they're all dead. Oh, sorry. I was overcome with maniacal rage there. I need 3 more. Oh, my neck. Oh, my neck. Okay. Draenei for life. Sorry. I actually like Draenei. I know I'm one of the only guys who does, but I actually do like the Draenei. I always have. An undead Titan. Yes, but then unfortunately you're actually going to be under my command. So if you're willing to accept that, that is up to you. The player character is effectively the main character or main characters, Evil Knights, and yes, the Horde and the Land storylines are happening congruently. Indeed, if you actually have played all of WoW on the Horde and all of WoW on the Alliance, you see that you're basically seeing about 75% of the story on both sides. For example, if you go through the Horde side, some pieces just won't actually fit, but if you go through the Alliance side, some pieces won't fit. It's only if you actually do both that you'll actually see the complete story. Can we play as a bunny? Yes, but you won't last very long, and you won't be able to play as a player class, and you won't be Dynamite. Forsaken Titan. No, Anthony, you don't really need to watch the other the other 20+ hours of video in order to really get this. It is not required watching. And yeah, Gimmers is correct. They usually refer to you as adventurers, but the adventurers have always been a critical part of lore, and more often than not, the NPCs will directly reference you. 2 good examples of that are the Lich King's plot throughout the course of... oh no, Part 4 is there, CM Fight. 8 uploaded today. The Lich King's plot throughout all of Wrath of the Lich King. Indeed, most of WoW, actually, his plot has been going on. And a lot of the interactions on Pandaria have been very specific to emphasize that the player character is not only the main character, but awesome. And I really like what they've done with that, I might add. Really brings the focus back down to the player character. And on top of that, I... thank you, Spirit, for the plug. I try not to emphasize that, but anyways, I'm getting off topic. The hell was I saying? Oh, right. In Pandaria, while you're attacking Orgrimmar during the siege, basically the siege is going really, really poorly until you come across... until you come along, basically, and you manage to successfully rescue the Darkspear and the Taurens from basically total failure. Whoop, whoop. So, you know, good example of the player character being very significantly relevant to the plot. Not the only example, but certainly a good one. Can I recruit trolls yet? No, of course not. Prague, I get where you're coming with on that, but I've always felt that there's a degree of, I guess, perspective on the matter. From the way I play WoW, I've always played WoW as if, you know, for lack of a better way to put it, that the characters I'm playing are the actual ones in lore interacting with the quests and the whatnot. Hey, Sinjin, what's up? I hear the summons. It was Raskor, but as the game has been continuing, World of Warcraft has been emphasizing more and more the interaction with and the players as being the main characters. In BC it started, but in Wrath it really started coming to head, especially given that the main plotline of Wrath was all about that. And then it really started coming to a head both in Cataclysm and in Pandaria, which was awesome, in my professional opinion. Alright. Wait, is that what I want? Yes. Yeah, I could see that, Adamemnon. Of course, I have problems with Guild Wars 2's storytelling in a nutshell, which basically summarized would be there really isn't much of a story, but I get that it was trying to emphasize that adventuring is more of a day-to-day thing rather than you're a big hero thing, and I get that, and I get that where they were going with that. Would you guys stop making fun of my terrible playing? Good lord. Why is this taking so long? God, you people suck. I should probably... Yeah, why not? Oh, not enough lumber? Oh, right, okay, because I just did that. Hey, I don't know how to pronounce that. Theodorikos? Theodorikos? Oh, whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to comment about Tor. Certainly a game that makes you feel like you're the main character, but a lot of other flaws that really pulled away from it. A lot of other flaws. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do at all. No, no, stop! 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 Go back! Go back! You shall not pass! But we won't talk about Tor. I did a whole video about Tor, and it was basically net negative. I'll just be honest about it. Story was good. I will give it the story. And that's actually why I kept playing it as long as I did. But, yeah, the rest of it... No. Such a pity. Yeah, I know a lot of people have the subscription problem. I'm not going to say anything more about it. I know people have the subscription problem. I don't, personally, but I do get it. It's not like I'm just being like, you know, there's anything bad about it. That's not entirely true, Bragwin. They only pulled off some of the good writers from the Mass Effect team in order to work on Tor. Okay. This volcano will not stay dormant for long. Bum, bum, bum. Thrall is such a badass because of Chris Metzen. No, seriously though. Thrall is such a badass because they bothered to actually make him an interesting and engaging character on top of making him the single most powerful shaman ever. And on top of that, they also added an interesting backstory to him, fleshed out his history and characterization significantly, had him go through significant character arcs through the course of the games, even after he already had an interesting character. And finally, Chris Metzen. There we go. Come on, Nick. Stop hurting me. Stop hurting. Well, of course, Skimmers. I mean, if you think about it, Han Solo totally could have taken down Palpatine. I'm sorry, Unreal. I hope you'll do, you know, that you do get some sleep instead of doing this. See you around, Webwriter. Just think, someday I'll be playing Final Fantasy here too. And it'll be awesome. But that's definitely waiting until after my surgery. I need recovery time. I'm not that awesome. No, no, Rascor. Oh god, really? Oh god. Oh god. Really? Really? Oh, whatever. No, the true hero was R2-D2, guys. And I think someone just said that in chat. So I have been beaten. Your insolence astounds me! You ignorant brutes shall succeed only in dying! Really? Wow, that's really harsh, man. Oh well. Well, now to go back and heal again. Why would I do that, Che Guevara? I mean, Tekken's alright. 1, 2, 3. But why would I play that? Also, how? I don't know what systems those are on. The mouse droid. Theodoricus. No, I did not play The Last of Us. No, I will never play The Last of Us. Not my thing. Coffee argument. I would win that one, Wizrobe. I hate to break it to you. Apparently it's on the PS3. I did not know this. I'm still not going to play it. Come on. Yes, I hear that a lot, Flink Sword. If you were there for my previous discussion, you understand why I'm not playing it. If you weren't, screw you, I'm not repeating myself. That would take 10 seconds, and I don't have 10 seconds. I'd rather die than go with 10 seconds of my, hey, Helveticus, of my time to explain something. I don't know where my accent's going. I'm just going all over the place here with this one. 10 seconds. Yeah, I got nothing. Hick, maybe? I don't know. Ooh, make gold. Injustice? Why would I play Injustice? Well, I'm sorry, let me actually rephrase my statement a little bit. Why would I play Injustice by myself? That'd be like playing any of the Smash Brothers that didn't have a good single-player element by myself. In other words, all of them except for the Wii one. I can't believe they're taking away the single-player element from the new Smash Brothers. That actually really bothers me. And their reason for doing it is even stupider. It's one of the most excuse things I've ever heard. I defend Nintendo a lot, but that is just one of the dumbest things I've heard lately. Yes, exactly. Evil Knights, you know what I'm talking about. The Subspace Emissary, that whole campaign, I loved that. I loved playing through that. No, we gotta get rid of it because people were YouTubing it. That's evil. Frickin' retards. I just said it. People were YouTubing the story and ruining the story. And as a result, they're going to just get rid of the story entirely. It just... it strikes me as just so retardedly stupid of a move to do. Like I said, I tend to defend Nintendo. I do. But not when they're obviously retardedly redunculous. Yes, that's right. Redunculous. I just said that. Anyways. I know, Prague. It's my fault. I ruined Smash Brothers for that one guy. Because he's retarded. Sorry. I don't even know if I need anything after this, but whatever. Yeah, that is seriously the reason, Rondo. Hey, Super Bear. What's up? Yeah, I agree, Wizrobe. Their overall approach to YouTube is just subpar. Oh my god! Spontaneous voice acting! Watch your backs. There's Murlocs! The Murlocs have come! You're meddling magics when... Oh wait, I gotta do a Murloc first. And we're all captured by the Murlocs. Well, we've been captured by the Murlocs, guys. And just in case anyone's wondering, yes, those were Murloc paladins. Think about it. Say that to the say that to the Murlocs in Serpentine Caverns, Black Salamander. So anyways, the Murlocs have been capturing us and sacrificing us to some sea witch who is in fact a Naga. Of course, we didn't know who the Naga were yet. I actually played Catherine a little bit. I liked the puzzle element of the game, and I absolutely hated the so-called story. Definitely going to add so-called. The protagonist made me want to smack him every time I saw him. Literally, I just wanted to smack him upside the head. Be like, look, stop being such a Nancy Pants idiot and actually do something and grow a frickin' dick. It's not that hard. I should know. God, I wanted to smack him. Anyways, moving on. Murloc Death Knights? Oh, hell yes. I'm sold, guys. That's it. Murlocs are definitely in. And they're going to involve Death Knight Paladins. That would be so awesome. Well, it's true. He's not actually a man, apparently. He's just some kind of amoeba. An enemy. Yes, exactly, Aether. That was the joke. Sorry, it's a bad joke. I'll admit it. No, be free, my human friends. No, seriously, I want to free the humans too. Whatever. Anyways, favorite Warcraft 3 single-player campaign. Evil Knights, do you mean just Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos, or do you mean Frozen Throne, or do you mean both? Define thine question, and answer it I shall, and then everything will burn a million times. Hey, Fitzcott. Hey, Junix. Damn it, Rondo. Baggage Toad will live on forever in our hearts. Or at least my heart. You missed everything, Ojunix. I'm in the very last mission right now. The last enemy is actually more Murlocs. Yeah, I know, Irati. It's like, guys, can't we just not fight? You know what? I refuse to fight you. I refuse to fight you. Rot and starve in your cage if you want to, but I'm not going to kill you. Just from the original Reign of Chaos, Undead campaign, easily. Not only does it have the most pertinent and relevant plot developments, but the characterization of both Kel'Thuzad and Arthas is fascinating, and the missions themselves are a lot of fun, and have a degree of variance to them that I enjoy. Thrall earned the right of Warchief DE. Basically, he took it, or rather was granted it from Doomhammer, Orgrimmar Doomhammer, and thus took up the Doomhammer himself, and of course the armor. Becoming Warchief. Now, the entire Horde didn't vote for him, but, you know, big shock, right? It's not the Horde isn't a democracy. I know, weird. Those are, in fact, oozes, Gimmers. They're quite tasty. And if you get a, what is it? A purple one? You can take it to the potion maker and have a super awesome potion that actually... Where'd my party go? Oh, for God's sakes. And make it actually increase your health and your damage all at the same time. Yeah. Okay, can I, like... I don't want to kill you guys. You guys are cool. I'm cool with the Alliance, even though you don't exist yet. Fun fact, a lot of people tend to forget that the Alliance not only refers to 2 organizations, kind of how the Horde refers to about 5 at this point, but the Alliance as we know it in World of Warcraft didn't actually happen until World of Warcraft Vanilla. That was the first time there was really that Alliance. Previous to that, the survivors of Lorerun weren't... Damn it, I don't want to kill you! Fine, die then! Die and rot in 1,000 rotting corpses of rottingness! I don't feel like being eloquent right now. Just burn. Damn it, Black Salamander. Why do you care so much about Murloc, Holmes? Yes, exactly, Helveticus. That's the first alliance. Like I said, there's 2 alliances. Of which this is... Well, the second one doesn't actually exist yet. Disgaea! Boy, I haven't played those games in forever. Gnomeregan fell during... well, okay, Gnomeregan actually fell pretty much towards the end of Frozen Throne. The entire time... during Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos, is when the battle for Gnomeregan was undergoing, with the Trogs and the Black Rock... I'm sorry, the Dark Iron Dwarfs invading, leading to the inevitable betrayal by... I can't even think of his damn name. And finally, culminating in them having to go ahead and radiate the whole place. But for most of Reign of Chaos, is when that was going on. Is when the battle for Nomergon was going on. Is it Thermoplug? Because I thought Thermoplug was the good guy, the one who is still the leader of the gnomes. Oh well, it doesn't matter. So Omni, did you go dressed as a Murloc? Because if you did, I am authorized to have Ojunix give you really, really awesome muffins. Like, these muffins actually are made with mana directly, so if you eat them, they will, like, make you go poosh, but in a good way. Like, you'll be like, yes, I am super awesome now. And, like, it'll increase your power 1,000-fold. Hey, Heiko. Oh boy, a bunch of corpses. This isn't suspicious at all. No, I'm just gonna walk through here. La la la. Wading through the corpses, killing everyone. Oh my god, they got up and killed me as well. What a shock. Oh, I'm actually having trouble keeping up with chat tonight. There's so many people. Awesome, awesome problem to have, just kind of unique. At least to me. Okay. Yeah, whatever. The next expansion DE, in my opinion, will be one of three things. The Legion, which I don't think it will be. Something completely new. Possible, but I hope not. Or the finalization of the Unzoth and Naga and Ashara viewpoint. Campaign, excuse me. Or plot arc. There we go. There we go. That's what I meant. One of those three things. I personally am hoping for and betting on the culmination of the Naga and the Unzoth plotline. Just my opinion on the matter. Heiko wants muffins. What do you think, Ojunix? Should we give him muffins? You know, I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I do genuinely think the Naga would make an acceptable playable race. I think it would work. It would take some work, but it's not that out of line, because not all Naga are actually evil. We do encounter virtually all evil Naga, but the problem with that is most people don't realize that we are encountering only the militiant or religious sects of the Naga, because all the Naga are down there. Only the Naga we're seeing are the only ones they send out to us. You follow where I'm going with this? It's like trying to judge, you know, the Klingons as an entire culture based solely on Klingon warriors who are out there to kill you. You know, it doesn't really work that way. So, I do think Naga would work. And yeah, that damn raid that never actually got followed up on would be awesome. But we're not even talking about that. I'm going to click this link finally. Oh my god, it's hideous! It's horrible! Hasn't loaded yet, hang on. There we go. That's actually really well done, Black Sailmonger. I'm curious what the green stuff is. I like what you did with the hills in the background, although the perspective is off based on how far back they are. Those are either really, really, really small hills, or, you know, the perspective's off is basically what I'm saying. I'm sorry, that's just speaking professionally. Otherwise, it's actually quite good. I like what you did with the foliage as well. Wait, what? Hang on a second, guys. Hang on. We have literally breaking news that I just got about 10 seconds ago. What I am now looking into. Okay. Well, next week we'll probably find out if this is true or not, but there is another trademark that's been pushed through for World of Warcraft, known as Warlords of Draenor. Whether or not that will be the next thing, we don't know. This is still a rumor. I just want to make that clear. I could see it, but ultimately, yeah, I think that that's something to be hyped for. So hype! Gotta get hyped! Again, though, do not treat this as writ word until next next Friday? What day is that? That's going to be, yes, next Friday is going to be BlizzCon, and I guarantee you they will be announcing all 3 expansions and detailing information about what's going on at the BlizzCon. I guarantee it. Because we've got Reaper of Souls going on. Damn it, go back down there, Sway. Reaper of Souls. We're going to get more news about Legacy of the Void, which they've already been working on, and of course the next WoW expansion, which is the only one we don't actually know about yet. Anyways, I probably missed a few questions in that. I do apologize. If anybody would like to reiterate those questions, I will answer them, because you guys are awesome and deserve all question answerings. Yeah, it's called Breaking the Rock Down, you frickin' moron. Sorry. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Okay. Yeah, chat is exploding tonight, Omni. It's an interesting problem to have. I'm actually having a hard time actually keeping up. This is insane. It's funny. It's awesome, but it's just wow. Anyways, so if they do Outland, more than likely they will either completely redo it, a la Cataclysm, or they will do, and I think this is more likely, they will go ahead and make a completely new instanced version of Outland, which is, Outland 2.0, Outland as of now, because Outland as it is now is pretty much is literally actually the oldest point of the game that exists right now, several years ago. So it is very, I wouldn't be phasing it there. I would do it in a completely new instance, a completely new zone for all intents and purposes. Especially if they're doing an entire thing like that. Just my take on it, but that is what I would do. It's okay, Anthony. Nobody wants to hear about Warcraft lore. Don't be silly. I still enjoy Outland, as weird as that probably sounds, because I know a lot of people don't. But then again, I do have a lot of fond memories of Outland, so that probably affects it. Yes, I have played Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and I think they're both awesome. No, I don't care about Arkham Origins. If it's good, great. I'll buy it when it's $5. Taphius, I cheated horribly, and I used my Lich King powers to change the game, to enable me to play Thrall on every map in Frozen Throne, because he's Thrall, and I'm totally a fanboy for Thrall. I'm kidding. I like Thrall quite a lot, actually. But I don't know if you've noticed, but there has been a noticeable and indeed, I think, a very necessary change in the overall story perspective lately to make Thrall less of a main character. Because ultimately, let's just be blunt with ourselves, Thrall's character arc has basically concluded. He has basically gone full circle, and he is now at the point where he is, for all intents and purposes, retired. Now, I don't mean retired as in, he's done. I mean retired as in he's at the point now where he's going to be for the rest of his life. He is in his career choice as the world shaman, the guy who is going to actually keep the world together and be the shaman of the planet, as I mentioned before. And he's got his wife, Agra, and he's got his children. He's got his own thing now. Props to him. Thrall won. You know what I mean? Thrall won. He actually successfully completed his story arc and now has his happily ever after, basically. So, props to Thrall. No, it's not time to kill Thrall. Would you guys stop? Thrall's done. That's my point. We need to stop focusing on him. That was one of the reasons they had such a blatant and obvious handling of the torch over at the end of Pandaria to give it to Vol'jin. Now, yes, Vol'jin was the obvious choice, but my point remains. Marquis, there's actually been a lot of theories about that. However, I imagine personally that Saurfang, yes, I know that's kind of the obvious choice, but nevertheless, I think Saurfang or Eitrigg are both excellent people who could be the orc representative for the Horde. Omni, that wound has been healed. As of now. It basically took the duration of us playing Cataclysm, to put it into simple terms. While we were playing Cataclysm, he was healing the world, he succeeded, we win. Nazgrim's dead, Gimmers. It's actually kind of a shame, really, because he died well. I was actually so pissed off, because we all knew Nazgûl was going to be a boss. We all knew that ever since Pandaria. He's been around since BC. I'm sorry, he's been around since Wrath, excuse me, for those of you who don't know that. But, it's really irritating because, you know, I was all set to just kill the hell out of Nazgûl and be like, yeah, screw you, you Garrosh lover. But then he has to go and be all honorable and noble and wonderful and in his final things hand off the torch to you and entrust the future of the Horde to you. And I'm just like, damn it, don't make me feel bad about killing you, you bastard. That's not how that works. Yeah, Sethos, we started it again this week. And the campaign has continued, past what you know. No! Sinjin has been taken away. We must save him. He's totally not gonna die. Bye to the Murlocs. I'm sorry. It's kind of funny, because in hindsight, we look at Murlocs like they're a joke, because they kind of were made into a joke. But at the time of Warcraft 3 and Frozen Throne, honestly, they're basically... there was nothing to joke about them. They were just another enemy. They were just another group. And it's just interesting in its own right. But anyways, moving along. I'm going to stop rambling now. And start killing.
For honor.
Yeah. Yeah, Taff, yes, it's that map. It's the it's the demo, excuse me. No, Bragwin, if you look closely, they actually have these really cool fin swords that are like made of shells and stuff. They actually look really nice. You can't really tell what they are unless you're looking at them frozen or in a model viewer or something, but yeah. Oh no, it's fine, Spirit. I do not mind. I actually appreciate it a lot, to be honest with you, especially right now, because, well, let's just say I got another piece of mail today, and I'll let you figure out the details. Anyways, now, that's an awesome quest, Gimmers, and you know it. Don't deny it. Don't try to deny that quest wasn't awesome. You know it was. Bragon, what you eatin'? What you eatin'? Other than me. Wait, don't read into that. I suddenly have 32 viewers. I guess everyone hated my thing. Oh well. I disagree, Omni. Completely. The only true horde is my horde. The vision told me you would lead my people off this island. Yay, 83. Yo, all 83 of you. Shoutouts to the number 83. You and your people are coming with us. It be too late. I'm already gone. Those of you who wish to follow me will face many dangers. I can't do a good Thrall voice. Chris Metzen has an unusual guttural growl to his voice, and I can't really emulate it at all. Yeah, Mom, pretty soon there'll be nothing left here anyway. We come with you. No, Raskor. Or maybe yes. Meanwhile, there's the Sea Witch. Now, in this, this is of course, this came out before Frozen Throne did, so they didn't actually have the Naga model yet. But as we know now, that Sea Witch is in fact a Naga. And of course, we encounter her during Cataclysm. If you start as a troll, during the troll starter stuff, you see her and kill her for real. Finally, it's actually a really cool quest chain. Driggs, is that what it is? That's so hard to read the light colors. Yes, I think the lore will continue to develop mainly on WoW, primarily because of the whole problem with having a successively competing RTS. I don't think they'll make Warcraft 4 as long as StarCraft 2 is still out. So, I'm sorry, Black Salamander. I've actually been pretty busy today. I'm trying to get a nice big backlog of videos recorded for when I start the surgery, because I have a very strong feeling I'm not going to feel up for recording videos or streaming or doing anything while I'm in my recovery period, which is apparently going to last about 2 weeks from what they tell me. So. Yes, Ethos, I can barely read that. I only know it's you because the name is so distinctive. No, the volcano has erupted. God, that was a terrible movie. Anyone see that movie? Sethos, you don't know what the surgery is? Ugh. I spit upon you all. Spit, spit, spit. Yeah, this is a hold the line mission. I'm gonna be honest, there's no story in this, so, what's the cheat to win? Somebody here's gotta have cheated in Warcraft 3. I don't answer my age, Gimmers. That's one of those things I don't answer. Yes, Wizrobe, this is Surgeon Simulator, the movie. Damn it, I'm gonna have to look this up. Let's try that. All your base are belong to us. We win! Okay, we're done. And then we get off the highland with the trolls, and together we sail on to a new future, and the Darkspear and the orcs pretty much form a bond of friendship that's never actually been broken ever since then, even by Garrosh and his, you know, horribleness. So, now, I'm going to throw up a poll here, guys, because I have a question for you. As soon as I pull up the poll thing, you'll have to give me just a moment. This is going to be a simple, I guess we'll call it, I don't know what to call this. I guess we'll define this way, okay? The question is, should I do the founding of Durotar first, or should I do the other 3 campaigns first? So is it going to be yes or no? Hang on, let me throw up the poll here, and it should be open now-ish. There it goes. And now we're gonna... I'm tired of hearing that bear. So, yes for doing Rexxar first, no for doing Rexxar last. Just to make that absolutely clear. Now we stretch. Oh, ow, ow. Oh. Okay. There we go. Wow, there are a lot of yeses I'm seeing screaming across my thing over there. Actually, it's my lymph nodes, Sethos. They are so swollen that any movement causes me fairly large amounts of pain, and certain things, like yawning or sneezing or breathing, tends to hurt. Damn it, Ojunix. Very well. Behold! The Muffin Cannon! I don't actually have a picture of the Muffin Cannon. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look up a picture of the Muffin Cannon. Give me just a moment here. Hang on, guys. Hang on. I got this, okay? Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. Ojunix. Whoop, whoop. Hang on. I can make this happen. I have the power. There we go. Ojunix, unleash the Muffin Cannon! There we go. Oh, that hurts. We're just gonna leave that there for a minute. I think the face, the expression, really sells it. That's actually you. That's actually you, Ojunix, right there. Okay, let's see what the votes are while the Muffin Cannon is prepped. Votes. 77.4% of the votes are for yes. My God, people. How many votes was that? Hang on. How many was that? Come on, Moobot. 31 votes. Nice. Usually I don't get nearly that many people. So yes, apparently we're doing that first. So let's go ahead and deactivate the muffin cannon. Here we go. Muffin cannon deactivated. So, time to play World of Warcraft 1.0. Yes, literally, this actually is basically the beginning of World of Warcraft, for all intents and purposes. The developing team that worked on this custom setup pretty much worked on... It was the same team that ended up working on WoW, and they used this as a test bed for WoW. And the basic format of the game, obviously, there are a lot of differences and a lot of code had to be redone. But the idea was, does this kind of free-roaming quest involved, structure work, while still having a story focus, because this is a big thing for Blizzard. Even back in vanilla, and I know that's going to sound like a joke because the story focus in vanilla WoW was pretty thin, all things considered, but it was a big thing for the developers that they wanted to maintain a strong story focus in their MMO, because several MMOs at the time really didn't. They have so that's all I'm going to say. So, Rexxar.
I have wandered alone for many years, little Misha. Yet sometimes even I grow weary of this endless solitude.
Misha's the bear, by the way.
I have watched the other races. I have seen their squabbling, their ruthlessness. Their wars do nothing but scar the land and drive the wild things to extinction. No, they cannot be trusted. Only beasts are above deception.
Yes, Ozunix.
A battle. Come, you mongrels. Taste the steel of Morgren's axe. Hold fast, stranger. You shall not stand alone.
Rexxar is a half ogre, half orc. He is someone who came over when the Dark Portal was opened.
Damned cowards. Your stomach's been split open. I can do little to ease your pain. I know. This would be a good death. If not for my failure. Failure? I was to deliver a crucial report to my chieftain in the lands below. But now, I have failed him. I have lost my honor. I will deliver your message, Old One. For the sake of honor, I will uphold your charge. Akamagosh warrior. Thank you. Seek out the city of Orgrimmar.
His name's right there, Ozunix.
Find War Chief Thrall. Tell him. May the winds bear you swiftly to your ancestors, warrior.
Akamagosh means something about ancestral gratitude. I don't remember the specifics off the top of my head.
Civilization after all. Let's get moving.
Excuse me. So, first of all, yes, Rexxar is in the story after this, not very heavily involved. He roamed Deathless during Vanilla and then moved to BC for Outland. He had his own story chain involving the Nathal in general and his people in the Blade's Edge Mountains. Good stuff, by the way. Hey, Octavian. As for how long has Orgrimmar existed, until this moment, we actually are about to help found Orgrimmar. And then we're going to go ahead and work on, making it better. And then it'll be there in WoW. Ogres. Ogres are... I don't actually understand your question, DE, but they're from Outland. They're one of the indigenous species to Outland, along with orcs. And they are basically offspring of, or mutations of, we're not 100% sure, of the Grahn. The Grahn... We're not going to go into them. It is worth noting, anytime you see a double-headed ogre, that's one of the artificial mutations that was done upon them through the experimentations that Gul'dan started. Whether or not there actually are any further two-headed ogres still being made to date is unlikely, but we don't actually know for certain. And in response to Iriadi, yes, the two heads are actually two people. It is two separate sentiences, two separate mentalities, two separate individuals' wills and souls. So... thank you, Heiko. I knew it was something similar to that. Also, with regards to the storyline,
What lies before me?
Or rather the timeline, I should say.
I've got the scent.
It's actually rather simple, all things considered. We've got the tutorial, which leads into the and then we got the human campaign, and in between the human campaign, we've got this section where we turn off the sound, and then we've got the demo, which I just played, the custom campaign, and then we've got the rest of the human campaign, and then the undead campaign, and then the orc campaign, and the night elf campaign, and then Frozen Throne literally occurs a matter of days, if even that, after the Reign of Chaos has ended, after the last mission at Hyjal. Frozen Throne goes continuously up to the end, during the awesome scene of awesome, and I'm not going to say anything more about that right now. And then there's about a 3-year period, roughly, between the end of Frozen Throne and the beginning of WoW Vanilla. At which point there's about a year and a half from WoW Vanilla to the begin. No, actually, there's 2 years in there. My bad. Between the beginning of WoW Vanilla and the opening of the Dark Portal, and from then on, it's about a year per expansion, all things considered. Now, die, Misha, die for my amusement. Or be healed. Healing also works. So, in response to Evil Knight's question, basically, that is actually how it works, Evil Knights. Whoever has the strongest will at the moment, or whoever convinced the other at the moment, tends to be the one who actually is in charge.
On the prowl.
And it can... They can argue with each other and have problems with that.
I carry a message for your war chief. I'll not stay long.
So, I want everyone out there to do me a favor, because I'll be doing this as well. Try to picture Orgrimmar, either the original Orgrimmar or the one from Cataclysm on, doesn't matter. And try to remember that that's where we are right now. This is the intro. If you're looking at it, like, okay, this would be like right about over here, actually. No, hang on, I'm looking at the wrong. Right over here-ish would be where the auction house is. Right here is where the bank is. You know, stuff like that.
Our paths converge. I've got the scent.
Where the hell's Thrall?
Paths converge.
Where is Thrall? Ah! Apparently I found him. Oh, there he is. Way over there.
A warrior city. I have not seen its like in many years. Stay close to me, Nisha.
See you around, Moriko.
Shore up those supports. When the Razor winds kick up again, they'll tear those roofs right off. Yes, War Chief.
A moment, War Chief. I come to deliver a message.
How did you come by this report? Where is Mogren?
He fell in the wilds. His last wish was that you receive this message.
Who are you, warrior?
I am Rexxar, last son of the Thrall.
Thrall. I've heard tales of your people. They had both orc and ogre blood in their veins. It is an honor. We've built this kingdom,
Durotar,
for all of our kind. Durotar is as much your home as it is mine, Rexxar. Stay a while. Accept what hospitality we can offer. It is the least we can do.
Perhaps I have spent too long in the wilds. Your offer is kind, Thrall, but I must carry my own weight. Just show me what needs doing, and I'll earn my keep.
I understand. Founding a nation is tiresome work, and there are many around here that could use your help. Simply talk to them, and they will point you in the right direction.
In other words, they'll have these giant exclamation points over their heads. Sorry.
He is one of my best scouts.
Rakan!
How you doing, man?
What's up, Rakan? By the way, in case you, just to make this absolutely clear, yes, we actually had a bank in this too. For anybody who hasn't played this campaign, this really, really was WoW 1.0 in more ways than one.
I got the righteous groove.
What, Ogenix? You know what, I don't even feel like commenting on that. Trade chat? Well, I always have trade chat turned off, so...
I'm ready to track.
I really do, too. Alright, where's the nearest quest? We do the Goblin quest. We've got... Is that Nazgrim? No, that's Nazgrel, excuse me. Right, other guy. And then, of course, Rexxar, who we will kill 1,000 times once we get to Alterac Valley. Not because we hate him, just because that's kind of how that's going to work out.
I've got the scent.
Ah, you're one of the Thrall. I am Rexxar.
No, DE.
I fought alongside your elders on Draenor many years ago. Still, if you've come to help, I do have a simple task for you. I've been concocting a special potion that will aid our warriors in battle.
Sweet, potions.
However, I'm missing a key ingredient. I require shimmerweed, but the rare herb can only be found in the valley known as Thunder Ridge. Normally, I would gather the herbs.
Excuse me.
The thunder lizards for whom the valley is named have become increasingly hostile of late. If you retrieve 6 bushels for me, I will reward you handsomely.
Brown is correct. That is their natural skin color correct? And nowadays they tend to go under a different name set or nomenclature. Usually calling them Maghar orcs or something similar.
My quarry.
And yes, there's actually a yes. This is in fact Rexxar from Alterac Valley. That's why we would kill him. So check it out. Look at this. Already they've got microtransactions. I could spend money, well, in-game money, to increase my stats. This is just inexcusable.
I'm acting on instinct.
That's it. Worst game ever. Unsub. I'm out. I'm out, guys.
Greetings, warrior. I am Nazgul, captain of the War Chief's security force. We've been having problems with the indigenous creatures attacking our borders. Perhaps you can help. The harpies of the northern foothills have been ransacking our supply caravans for weeks. If you can find their lair and put an end to their rampage, I'll see to it that you're rewarded.
Damn it. Okay, and now to get the Goblin's quest.
Our paths converge.
I have a mount. I'm just not riding her. My mount actually fights with me. That's how awesome I am.
Ah, new guy, huh? I'm Gazlo, chief engineer.
And yes,
around
that's
these
Gazlo,
parts.
the
But
one who's in
enough about
Ratchet.
Me. We got work to do, buddy. You see, me and my boys have been dredging out tunnels beneath the city, looking for underground wells. Problem is, we dug straight into a den of kobolds. Now those rat freaks are running willy-nilly all over our tunnels. I need you to hook up with my boys and seal those kobolds back in their hole. Yeah, just find the tunnel entrance outside of town, and my boys will set you straight.
Okay.
I wander alone.
We should go hire some guys. Nah, I'm
My
kidding.
quarry
Screw that. Wait, what the
years.
hell? Oh, Pack Beast.
Flush them out.
Yeah, you can hire
I'm acting on
a
instinct.
mobile bank as well. Wow, there's a lot of gold up there. We should go get some gold.
I've got the scent.
I'm sorry, Coco. Secretly, I'm not actually sorry.
Our paths converge.
That's him, Wrath, yeah. And I hope you enjoy it with your brand new motherboard, Brigwin.
I'm acting on instinct.
Someone once asked me, in my Warcraft D&D campaign, if I would allow goblins as a race despite the very high possibility of the campaign being set prior to Cataclysm, to which my response was, of course I will. Goblins have been involved in the affairs of everybody for quite a while. They're not that new of a race, really. And if you really doubt that, don't forget that we actually saw a goblin as part of an adventuring party as early as vanilla. Never mind Warcraft 3, Warcraft 2, and Warcraft 1. I'm just completely ignoring those. I need to move the chat a little bit closer so it's easier to read. There we go. No, Misha. Do something. What's that? Tome of Int. You, go get that. I hope so, Raskor. I really do. A lot of us actually thought the Undermine would be in Cataclysm. It was a shame we got Kazan instead. Don't get me mistaken, Kazan is one of my favorite intro areas, like, ever. But, still, it was a shame we didn't get to see the Undermine. Rune of Speed. Whoop, that's actually not where I want to go. Go! Figure out where the path is, AI. I thought it was over here. Kill the centaurs! No, Misha. No. Instantly replaced. See, Rexxar really is a hunter. Oh, my pet died. Hang on. There we go. Hey, look. Random item just sitting here. That doesn't look suspicious at all. Oh, right. It's so I can root these guys. No, Last Exile. Well, actually, yes, it was. I'm sorry. I know what you're talking about now, and yes. Although, also, we kind of do that in, a little bit in WoW. But yeah, by the time WoW rolls around, the centaurs really just aren't a problem anymore. Honestly, Anthony, the problem with Garrosh Hellscream is best described as, and I hate myself for saying this because people don't like this subject even being brought up, but it is true, Nazi Germany. How many people in Nazi Germany had no idea exactly how evil, that is to say evil, the things that the Nazis were doing were? If you look at it from an in-character perspective of the everyday Joe, it doesn't actually look all that bad, really. A good example for see, another thing people tend to forget is that he's about to die. That's a good thing to keep in mind. But no, seriously. For example, the orcs and the dark spears and whatnot weren't actually doing all that great, because the problem was what Thrall was doing, for right or wrong, whether you agree with it or not, was he was going way out of his way to ensure that he was trying really, really hard to maintain peace with everybody. And the problem was the Night Elves basically were being incredibly obstinate, very Tyrande. I talked last time about Tyranda's diplomacy skill. Well, that really came into play when it came to that, and so she basically was not giving even so much as an inch when it came to helping the orcs, have resources, have game, have food. And as Bragwin herself puts it so eloquently, when you have a new leader who is putting more food on the table than previously, it's kind of hard to look at the long-term viewpoint, even if you are aware of the fact that that leader is taking the food that is going on your table, relatively speaking or otherwise, from the backs of others, or from the blood of others. The point I'm trying to get across here is that Garrosh, strangely enough, was actually very popular amongst the orcs, and that's why he stayed in power. Putting him in power I can understand. It's a fairly simple mistake, all things considered, but that is why he stayed in power. And like, everyone's still talking about Skyrim, so I'm just going to shut up now. I'm going to look at these pictures that Pax linked me. Whoops, I need to pay a little bit of attention for this section. Hurry, too late. Oh well. Sorry, Ferris, I can't... Or is that a Faria? God, I can barely read that. I can't talk about the orcs. Nobody wants me to talk about the orcs. Nobody. Oh, hey. Come back here, Rexxar. Oh god, I didn't reach... So, another thing that they changed about this... First of all, mobs respawn. Yes, really, that was actually a big thing for them, too. Because they added in a code to detect what part of the map was in the Fog of War and what wasn't, and to respawn mobs only in the Fog of War. Another thing they added, with regards to this game, that was going to be a prototype for a while, was what would become Hearthstones. In this case, they're Resurrection Stones. Ultimately, Resurrection Stones were what they were originally going to do in its entirety for WoW, and they ended up splitting that up into Hearthstones for the Inns and the Spirit Healers. So, just another little tidbit of interesting information there. Oh, I can't wait for Garrosh to die, and I can't wait for me to be the one to do it. Anyways. So yeah, as I was saying, it's very understandable that even after, you know, it was probably pretty obvious that the new Orc Empire, let's just call it that, the Garrosh Horde was basically trying to expand and grow and conquer everything around it. About see around Kepanoin. About half of the orcs didn't care because they're already in the bloodthirsty mentality. You know, yeah, true horde. The true horde takes what it wants. That's all I'm going to quote to that. I mean, how many members of the true horde actually genuinely were willing to become something called a dark shaman? And if you know anything about Warcraft, you know what an incredibly stupid, monumentally retarded idea being a dark shaman actually is. Seriously. But anyways, moving along. But then in addition to that, like I said, all of that is just at the other thing to really keep in mind, though, is probably one of the reasons Garrosh's Horde had such a good time recruiting new people for his new Horde to be a part of it, was because of the fact that so many of the common everyday populace, just their general welfare was improved so much. That is correct, Taphius. Now, if you don't fully understand why that's a horrible thing, I can actually explain that, because I talked about this back in my Warcraft thing, way back towards the ending. The spirits of the... I'm going to go ahead and talk about this anyways. The spirits of the elements and the spirits of the ancestors are who the shamans communicate with and who they use not only for their power, but for their guidance. Those spirits have a vested interest in your well-being. They actually want you to be bettered, and so there's a reason you could go to them for that kind of guidance, is because they actually want to take care of you. And they're going to take care of you in the afterlife. They're going to watch after you and try to make sure that nothing really bad happens to you. A dark shaman is someone who, rather than working with and making bargains with and deals with those spirits, basically tries to enslave them on a spiritual level, you know, literally enslave their souls, or whatever you want to call that. So, as Taphius points out, not only is your afterlife going to completely suck, but on top of that, you're literally constantly working against something that you have enslaved and is trying literally nonstop to try and underdo you and hurt you. They take that as the most horrific of betrayals. I didn't hit sound on quick enough. Sorry about that. A choice of exotic items. Ooh, I only get to pick one, though, don't I? Well, let's go pick our one item. Last Exile, the reasons behind it are debatable, but the bottom line is best described as what a spirit wants and needs and cares about is not the same as what we care about. You know, we care about, you know, food and entertainment and company, you know, things like that, right? What the spirits care about is different. And so it is often debated that the spirits get something that we simply don't know about, or is less tangible, because of the fact that they are helping us here in the material world. It would also explain why the ancestors continue to help us, you know, over and over and over the centuries. That is to say, even though, you know, we don't actually know anything specific about that. Good night, Black Salamander. Have a good one. Okay, quest reward. What do we got? Increase armor by 5 and attack rate. Increased range damage. Oh, reduce damage from ranged and armor. Or aura. Ooh, that's a tough one. Let's go with Firehand Gauntlets.
Unleash my strength.
You got it, Rexxar. Now let's head over here. Ba ba ba. Indiana Jones. Ba ba ba. Sorry. And by the way, I like Ojunix's comment, and that's fairly accurate, all things considered. This is why we can't have nice things. Morons. The Black March and Elsewhere are close to each other, but they're not actually touching. Why would I go get Chen? I actually don't remember where Chen is, Taphius. Remind me, because I do actually want to go get him. In fact, in Mist of Pandaria, Chen specifically references being here and helping with the foundation of Orgrimmar. What's that? That's another Runus bean. Upper right-ish? That doesn't help me at all. Whatever, let's see if we can figure it out. Oh, okay, I think I know where that is. That's like up here-ish, so I need to go here. Yes, Helvetus. This is the first time Stormstout was actually part of the lore. For those of you who don't know, the panda thing kind of showed up because Samwise Diddler, who is pretty much the primary artist of Blizzard in general, his signature has always been the panda face. That's always been his signature artwork. He always signs his stuff with that. So that just kind of became a thing for him, as he would leave it in games and whatnot. And they finally decided to go ahead and turn that into a thing in this game. They've had pandas make appearances and references which have been retconned to actually be Pandarens throughout the games up until now, but this is the first time it actually became a thing with Chen Stormstout, who basically evolved from this into, frankly, a really awesome character. I really like what they did with him. He's a very good embodiment of everything that is good about the Pandaren species, in my opinion. And I don't mean good as in a good guy, I mean it is a good thing from a character perspective, or from a writer's perspective, or however you want to think of that. See you around, Spirit. Come back, Spirit. I'm already lonely. I've only got 83 people here. By the way, I personally think the Black Marsh would be the best place for the next Elder Scrolls game. Just my opinion. But it's a very alien environment, and it's something we haven't really seen, like, at all before, not counting, you know, tidbits or pokitudes or whatnot. Yay, Hearthstone. No, ESO is not the next Elder Scrolls. Let's make that absolutely clear right now. Yes, Raskor, that is correct. Okay, here's the watch post. But yes, Chen was actually the Pandaren in the Pandaria intro cinematic. Yes, ESO is set in the past. See you around, cool kid. And by the way, the Altmer, they're all gonna die. Or, I mean... thoughts on Hearthstone. Very fun game. Definite thumbs up if you like MTG-style games. I strongly recommend it. It's actually a ton of fun. I've been playing the hell out of it. I realized quite recently that there's actually no NDA on it, so I could stream it or record it or whatever. Just haven't had a lot of motivation to do so because I have had no requests to do so. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. No, Wrath, that is specious. Let's be accurate about this at least. Hey, Rachilduk. Rachilduk. Owner of the 10 Dukes. I got nothing. Okay, I have one request for Hearthstone. Honestly, Icefrost, I agree that it seemed like an unnecessary move, but the biggest problem, and the biggest reason I would say it's a bad move to bring the Highborn back, is because it basically had nothing to do with the story. It didn't actually do anything. You know, they didn't do anything with it. It's just, alright, the heart, you know, they're back. What? Yeah, the High Elves are back. Huh? Yeah, the High Elves are back. Why? Well, because we want mages. But you realize how much story that you have to do. I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea of the High Elves being back on the face of it. I'm really not, actually. I just wish they had done more with it than just kind of having them be back. The end. We win. We could... Lol, Sonic Doctor. That would be amusing. Hearthstone Lorerun. Okay. Once upon a time, card games are awesome. Oh, well, you're welcome, Rachel Duck. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I do apologize sincerely. But I do hope you're enjoying this stream. And continue to enjoy the stream. And I need to break these guys up because this guy has an AoE attack. And I need to do this. So Misha can help join in. Ah. High Elves are in WoW. They are not playable. The main reason most people tend to agree, myself included, that High Elves are not playable is because ultimately it just doesn't actually make a lot of sense for them to be. There's literally nothing you can do with them that makes them any different from Blood Elves at this point. The difference is purely a cultural one. I mean, really, there's no actual fundamental differences between the Blood Elves and the High Elves as of this moment. As of the moment, the time is 8:11 p.m. Now let's go find Chen, shall we? It depends on how you define it, Wizrobe. Like I said, there really is no fundamental difference between a High Elf and a Blood Elf at this point, other than culture. There you are. Chen! Chen!
Ah, greetings, my friend.
Different voice actor.
I am Chen Stormstout, humble brewmaster of Pandaren.
Yes, Pandaria. Mentioned right there. I just feel like pointing it out.
Searching for rare, exotic ingredients to use in my special brews. After all, good ale can solve all the problems of this world. Don't you agree? Say, if you're free, I could use your help in locating some special ingredients for my latest brew. If you find the items on this list and bring them back to me, I'll let you sample my masterpiece.
Sweet. No, Rachel. Rachel, excuse me. Ah. Damn it, I should have Sonic Doctor. I would have ruled everything. Anyways, Mean Panda, first of all, I am awesomed by the fact that you liked my video. I spent a while working on it, to say the least. Oh god, we gotta take out some phoenixes. Oh well, we can do that. Correct, Ojunix. I could also just say I win, but, you know, whatever. I agree, Marquis. Granted, this was something of an Easter egg, but this was... Ultimately, this was the entire point of this, as I already mentioned, was the movement away from Easter egg towards actually being a part of the lore. This was them actually saying, okay, yes, Pandarens are part of the lore. Yes, they exist. Yes, just live with it. Taphius, yes, I do. In fact, as weird as this sounds, I think this is probably one of the best times to get into the World of Warcraft, starting fresh. It has never been easier to play WoW than it is right now. In fact, if you listen to some people, that's a negative, and they complain about it constantly. It gets a little old. Activate. There we go. Gotta activate the Hearthstone. Okay. Get up there somehow. But nevertheless, I do actually think it is worth getting into it. First of all of the old vanilla stuff is gone, and that's a good thing. Vanilla stuff, let's be honest, was just not that good. It was good for the time, because it was superior to most of the other MMOs at the time, not counting Asheron's Call, in my personal opinion. But the bottom line of it is Cataclysm rewrote vanilla, and has replaced it with awesome. If you forgive me for quoting Yahtzee on Zero Punctuation, we have all the old quests where you had to go collect 20 bear tails have been replaced by quests where you ride around on a van and solve mysteries with an awesome team of teenage kids and, you know, blah, 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 blah. He just kind of kept going on with the hyperbole. But the point I'm trying to make is they took all of the... oops, that's a non-combat thing. They took a lot of the old quests, which are boring or disinteresting, vamped them up to be interesting and fun, and here's the important part, they made it lore relevant. They really added a huge amount of story to the world in Cataclysm. And that's one of the reasons why I always laugh when people say Cataclysm was a horrible expansion that nobody liked. Because most people who got through Cataclysm were like, all right, let's do these 5 zones, and then we encounter some endgame dungeons where weren't actually that optimized. Now, based on that sentence, you could say, well, yeah, that doesn't sound that good. Problem is, those people are completely missing literally more than half of the content of Cataclysm. All being, you know, the revamping of the old world, which is a monumental amount of effort. A huge amount of effort that they put into that. And these people just kind of skip over that, you know? Okay, this guy is actually hurting. What the hell? That would be my recommendation, Tophius. However, if you want to hold off on purchasing Pandaria, now would be a good time to do that. Wait until Pandaria is on sale again. I guarantee you it will be during Thanksgiving. It has been every single year. And yes, Anthony, that is what I'm saying. Now, you will miss a lot of stuff, because one of the other things they did with the new Cataclysm revamp was they would reference the quests that used to be there in vanilla. A lot, actually. And I actually kind of like that. You know, you'd go through and you'd see this one NPC or this one... I'm about to die. Or this one individual who was really relevant to a thing. Dark Shore is a good example of this. And all of that stuff would actually be present and be referenced in the new Cataclysm quests. So, you know, shrug. But you're not going to miss anything hugely relevant. At least nothing you couldn't ask me about, Natch. And yes, this will be going up on YouTube. I'm saving a local copy. Gammon. That's another example of something that started off as a joke and slowly turned into a not joke, an actual element of the lore kind of a thing. Go figure. Because he is a lower part of the Siege of Orgrimmar. Yes, really. Go ahead and make fun if you want, I understand. Phoenix is hurt, Phoenix is hurt. Holy crap, these Phoenixes hurt. I'm getting mushed in the face. Phoenix is hurt. Doo-doo-doo. Sorry. Yeah, Etheru, I know what you're talking about. The quest in, I suddenly can't think of the name of the zone. Westfall, there we go. Another zone that's one of those old references, because Westfall was actually present in Warcraft 1, believe it or not. Yes, really. And yeah, Hogger coming back. Forest just setback. Sorry, I think it's funny. I'm retarded. Just don't judge me. No, Rexxar's dead again. No, I don't care at all. Oh, Omni. Yes, I was actually being serious when I said that. I think the two worlds do actually gel more, the two settings, I should say, gel more than not. Man, this hurts. Hopefully soon, Ratchill. Hopefully soon. We're all still waiting on that. The problem is, and it's a legitimate problem. Yes, that's a WoW joke, Marquez. It started because Kael'thas, who we'll be encountering during Frozen Throne, actually was defeated, and then he had and then we all thought he was actually dead, but he ended up not actually being dead, and then he showed up in Magister's Keep and said Tempest Keep was just a setback, and it was just some random quote. But you know how people are, you know how the internet is. For some reason, people just latched onto that and kept using it everywhere, and Blizzard paid attention, and so from then on, there would be occasionally you'd see a boss who would say this was just a setback, and it just kind of grew from there. Hogger's is probably my actual favorite. Forest just setback. Anyways, so the answer, Omni, is extremely simple. Have you ever heard of a game called Dissidia? If you haven't, get off my stream, go play both the Dissidias right now. Then come back, and then we'll talk. Wow, this hurts like hell. We're just gonna have to corpse drag our way through. Corpse drag, corpse drag. Yeah, has anyone here actually done the level 1 Hogger raid? Because it's a lot of fun, actually. Usually as a gnome is what I would usually do for that. See, the problem... no, it's actually spelled as Omni did, Marquis. Dissidia... This is really important, okay, guys? Try to pay attention, because this is kind of strange, but bear with me. Dissidia is continuity. It is canon. It does actually happen, and it does actually tie in all 12 of the Final Fantasies. Yes, it really does. That's basically all I have to say about that. That's basically, in a nutshell, why I think it would be easy to use that type of pre-existing thing, which is already a part of Final Fantasy continuity, in order to tie it into World of Warcraft. Now, that being said, there is, of course, another way you can actually have Final Fantasy mixed with WoW, and it's actually an also extremely easy way. It's called the Kingdom Hearts method. In Kingdom Hearts, they took the characters and reimagined them, re-envisioned them, and just used variances of them, or types of them, or however you want to think of that. And so rather than actually, copy-pasting these Final Fantasy characters from FF blank over here into WoW, into Azeroth, you just have to take a character like Tidus, or a character like, let's choose something who's actually cool, Terra or Cecil or whoever, and Shazam, if you follow my thought. So my point I'm trying to get across is there are two separate ways in which you could have Final Fantasy mixed with Azeroth, and do so both sense-making and easily. I really don't want to fight these guys again. I don't want to fight these guys. Yeah, exactly, OmniRunch. Now, just to make it clear, I do want to stress that, again, Dissidia is continuity. And, I just wanted to make that clear. Now, obviously, they don't contain memories when they go back to the respective times and dimensions from, being part of the Dissidia interaction, for lack of a better word to call it. No, this guy, attack this guy, put this down, attack this guy. No health globe. I do apologize for disappointing you terribly, but this is not StarCraft. This is Warcraft. Warcraft versus Phoenixes. I once had someone complain saying that, pandas don't fit within Warcraft lore because they're big and they're so unhuman, was the argument that was used. It's probably the worst argument I've ever heard for that, because I don't know if you've been paying attention to Azeroth, but there aren't really a lot of human type characters that are main characters. Yeah, exactly, Omni. It was one of those things that just made me kind of go, huh? And he was like, well, I'm with the orcs, and I'm with the trolls, and I'm like, wait, why are you okay with orcs and trolls? Well, they're more human. Yeah, but... No, I mean, yes, they are, technically. I'm about to die again. Misha! Save me. But it was just like one of those things where I'm staring at you like, are you kidding me? Is this a joke? No, seriously. Pandas, though, they're very, humans aren't... humans are a mutation of a creature that is native to Azeroth. That's probably the best way to put that. The Vrykul... Actually, I guess I'm lying, because Vrykul are not native to Azeroth. They were built here by the Titans, so I take it back. No matter how you look at it, humans are not native to Azeroth. Pandarans are. Even though Mogu aren't. Chew on that one for a bit. Oh, wrong one. Anyways, so someone asked me a question there. Where was it? I am not going to sing I don't want to set the world on fire. Sorry. I don't know, Krasusu. I think people just like to complain. And I mean that sincerely. I think that really is the reality of it. Some people just like to complain. I mean, really, that's all it comes down to. But, moving along. Pandarans are a Furbolg mutation! Actually, from my understanding, the other way around, Marquis. Furbolgs are a Pandaren mutation. Pandarans have been around a really, really, really long time. Debatably, they have been around as long as Night Elves have, to give you an idea of how old Pandarans are. So, favorite Final Fantasy protagonist. That's actually a really easy one. Give me a harder one. Come on, give me something harder. But I'll go and answer you. Cecil, Final Fantasy IV, favorite protagonist, hands down, no question. Cecil's awesome. Any advice on a first class, Taffies? Are you talking about WoW? Ooh, that's a tough one. I personally would recommend starting with a melee type character, because melees are basically, they're not easier so much as they're, well, okay, they're easier. That's actually really not true, because saying they're easier is incorrect. But they are something that takes less time to really get the hang of, as opposed to most mage classes, which involve a little bit of a customary time. So I would have to say some kind of melee class. Warrior's a good pick. Rogue's a good pick. More forgiving, thank you. That's a good way to put that, Gladrius. Paladin is a good pick. Death Knight you can't do yet. Monk is actually a very good pick. But however, it is worth noting that monks are very complicated. You can play them without getting into the complication just fine, but you are going to be suffering for it, if you know what I mean. In other words, if you really want to make a monk, work, you really want to be going all out with it, and that involves paying attention and knowing what you're doing. I would be interested in playable as gnolls, personally. And also in my D&D setting, I'm probably going to make gnolls playable. Just saying. Best protagonist of them all is definitely Cecil. Just saying. Best favorite female FF villain. Now here's an interesting question. I'm not sure there really are any female villains of note other than the big ones. We've got Ultimecia. Hang on. What? No, I haven't. I haven't returned empty-handed. What are you talking about? No, look. I have the stuff. Look. I had the stuff. I swear I had the stuff.
I'm acting on it.
Anyways, Valvolus. Genova doesn't count. Cloud of Darkness depends on who you ask. I haven't returned empty-handed. I have the... What the crap? Oh, I need the keg of Thunderwater. Where's the keg of Thunderwater? Right there. Unalesca. Debatable. So we've got Unalesca, Valvolus, Cloud of Darkness, debatable, and Ultimecia. Yeah, it's really not big a list, isn't it? It's one of the reasons I was so excited when I thought Kuja was a female, because I was like, yes, a strong female villain in a Final Fantasy. This will be awesome. I was wrong. Dead wrong. Or, I mean... Stop being asleep so I can level you! Scarlet does not count. Because she's a twit, and I don't like her. I mean, she does count, but, I mean, we're talking about favorite villains, not least favorite disinteresting set pieces. So... See, Mark was... That's why the Bronze Dragon fight was acting. Lucretia is not a villain! Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm actually going to take that back. Lucretia is the most evil villain in the history of the series. Twit. Lightning? I'll admit Lightning is a pretty awful Final Fantasy female villain. Lani? Lene? Leniuka? Yeah, no, she counts, but she's not on the list. I'm not going to qualify her as one of the my favorites. That's just silly. So anyways, the point I'm trying to get across here with this list is that there just have not been a good selection of female villains. Of this people, though, I'd probably go ahead and pick Valvolus, honestly. So I probably missed some things in that Final Fantasy thing. Let's see, did anybody... Oh, there we go. Did anybody ask any other questions up here? Oh, someone asked me how Thrall and Sen'jin could talk to each other. Fun fact, even in World of Warcraft, the different races can in fact talk to each other. It's just the only reason... It's one of those weird things where it is truly a gameplay mechanic and not a lore mechanic. In other words, the races can talk to each other and have been able to since forever. There's always been some kind of common language. They only introduced that language barrier for frankly dumb reasons that I don't agree with, and they maintained it because people are horrible, terrible people. Omni, I don't understand your question. Help me out with that. Yeah, exactly, Athero. A purely gameplay mechanic as opposed to anything to do with the lore whatsoever. The hell?
I've got the scent. Listen, stranger. For my time is short. We shaman were attacked by a band of renegade warlocks.
The Burning Blade!
Our own kin, still loyal to the Burning.
Oh, right, I need to turn this up.
The warlocks stole one of our sacred artifacts, then fled back into the hills. No doubt they have a secret coven nearby. Avenge the ghosts of my murdered brethren, and recover the stolen artifact. There's no telling what evil they might unleash with its power.
Well, you got it, dude. We will go after the Burning Blade, or whatever they're called. They introduced a language barrier in beta.
What lies before me?
Basically. Gimmers, the next stream will actually be next weekend. My sister has agreed to do an all-weekend Twilight Princess backseat run stream. And I get to hang out with my sister. She gets to play Zelda. And you guys hopefully get to enjoy. So, woo, win-win-win. I don't get your question, to be honest with you, Ojonix. Unless you're just insane, in which case I will kill you. Oh, yes. I will kill you. Anyways. Of all the annoying characters that annoyed you the most, which is still the least annoying? Let me think on that. Least annoying character that actually did annoy me at all. I'm probably going to have to go with Yuffie, FF7. Yes, there will, Gimmers. People will be talking non-stop about BlizzCon while I'm playing Zelda. It'll be very funny. Favorite female... I'm sorry, hang on, let me skip up a bit here. Mean Panda asked, what would I do if they killed off Xigbar? It depends on how they do it. If they did a good job with it, sure. If they do a terrible job with it, it's not surprising because Square Enix is crap nowadays, and I'm not surprised when Square Enix puts out a crap game. Moving on. Cecil's awesome. Favorite female FF heroes? In no particular order. Rydia, Terra, Celis, Realm, Creel. I'm going to shut up now.
Perfect! These are just what I needed. Here, try a sample of my latest creation.
What the hell is that stuff? Are you trying to kill me?
Perhaps it needs some refinement. After all, we must learn to crawl before we can run. Don't you agree? Well, now that my brew is complete, I can experience more of this strange, rugged land. Would you mind if I tagged along with you, warrior?
Not at all, Chen. But my path is a perilous one.
My friend. I found that no path is too perilous when doused with strong drink. Off we go.
Yay! Chen has joined us. He's awesome.
My quarry nears.
I'll give it a shot.
So let's hear his thingies.
You seem a little parched. Is trouble brewing? Name your poison. Ale is my bare necessity. Last call before closing. Come drown your sorrows. This'll put hair all over you. I'd kiss you, but I've got puke breath. My dad, he was a bipolar. I can't breed in captivity. Sorry. You seem a little parched.
Chen Stormstout, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta remember what his freaking abilities are. Okay, now let's go do some easier stuff. Since I remember where they are. Where's the Warlocks? Oh, right here. I see it right here. To the Warlocks! Actually, we should probably go and do... we'll go into the Warlocks first. Okay, so, why did Axel get one but not Rude? Because Rude's voice actor is not as well known and well loved as Axel's. I can't think of his name right now. Dude face, awesome guy. There we go. That's his name from now on. Most peaceful WoW race? Quentin Flynn, thank you. Honestly, I'm probably going to have to go with the fact that my party has gotten wildly separated for some reason. Oh, because he can't attack air. That's hilarious. Right. Anyways, honestly, I'm probably going to go ahead and have to give that to the Dryads innately. If I had to put a number on it. Okay, fine. Don't attack, move. Just move. Frickin' harpies. No! Chen! Wait, did we reset our hearth? No, we didn't. God damn it. Come on, Chen. Playable WoW race? Oh, Fleck, I don't know. Probably gnomes, actually, now that I think about it for a minute. Alright, so I guess I'm going to finally answer as Unix. Alright, here you go, guys. Zalazane was an evil troll that felt like he should actually be the one to take over because he was a friend of Vol'jin's from back in the day when Sen'jin was actually in control, but Zalazane actually always made bargains with the Loa that ended up having him trying to take over because the Loa were actually really evil, and Zalazane didn't really actually understand that, and Zalazane ended up being corrupted by the Loa and ended up going down the path of darkness in order to try and take over them and in order to refuse the Loa the property due that was granted on them based on the pacts that the Dark Spirit made with them. Therefore, Zalazane ended up trying to take over the Isle and lead the Dark Spirit toward what he believed was the correct path for the trolls in order to enact, and of course, Vol'jin completely disagreed with that, and therefore Vol'jin decided to go ahead and eventually segregate and finally end up killing Zalazane and allowing his spirit to be consumed by one of the Loa, which was the Dark Spirit's greatest ally. The end. Now then. Where was I? I didn't make up a word of that, by the way, just to make that clear. Poor Zalazane. He was an idiot. Rest in peace. Monster Hunter? Not really, Rachel. It's one of those games I wish I liked more, but the aspect of the game I liked was everything but the combat, if that makes any sense. I felt the boss fights and the combat were just too dull. I get what they were going with, don't mistake me. I just never got into it. But everything else, yeah, okay. Most peaceful playable race in the Elder Scrolls? Daedra. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea on that one, Omni. Equally evil, equally violent, equally good. No answer. They're all people. Hello, Zordon. Word up, yo. Wait, I've got it. And if you've seen my latest Oblivion video, this will be doubly poignant. The most peaceful race is, in fact, the Aliads. For the curious, yes, I am actually gaining exp. You gain exp a lot slower in this than you would otherwise in Warcraft 3. That's done on purpose. They actually, fun fact, they actually had to rewrite all of the exp values for every unit in the entire map, basically. Everything that you encounter throughout this whole thing, they custom went through and rewrote their X values for their pseudo WoW test. I just felt like pointing out because it was a nice touch, and it actually really what goes into the level of detail they're putting into this. What, exp? Would you prefer I say XP? Very unlikely Ratchel Duke. However, if I do end up playing ESO, I will without question be playing an Argonian, because I have always played Argonians in Elder Scrolls games, because Argonians are for the win. And I've got a kind of a story thing going on with the Argonians too. And yeah, they aren't actually completely dead, Bragwin. But that was the joke, that they are mostly dead. Mostly. Which Keyblade would I personally wield? The Rage of the Earth, I believe, is the name of it. It's the penultimate Keyblade for Terra in Birth by Sleep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ends of the Earth, like I said. I did answer this before, Wizrobe. It's not necessarily about power, because don't forget that one of the games I like to play with my friends is... Okay, what a Keyblade... What's the story, Marquis? Oh my god! Okay, Marquis, I want you to imagine one of the most convoluted, lengthy, complicated, and beautifully crafted stories you've ever heard of. That's the story of Kingdom Hearts. I could summarize it. It would take me a while. And I'm not going to do that here. So, that being said, in response to the Keyblade question, don't forget that the appearance of the Keyblade and the power of the Keyblade both are directly proportional to both the mindset, the soul, and the heart of the individual wielding it. There's other things that are involved, of course, don't mistake me, but the point is your Keyblade, the Keyblade you wield that is your Keyblade, is representative of you, who you are, how you are, what your mentality is, what your mindset is, all that sort of thing, right? So, all things considered, it is very likely that, I like to ask my friends, kind of as a theoretical question, which would be your Keyblade, and I give them a list of the various Keyblades and say, which one of these do you think most represents you, your soul, your heart, whatever you want to call it. And that's why I pick the Ends of the Earth. I think, based on its appearance, based on its mentality, that is actually the Keyblade that most represents me. However, there is some debate on that, because there's another Keyblade, I forget which one it is, it's one of the Nobody Keyblades that also rather is appropriate for me, that would also qualify. But shrug, as they say. So, do I think Vol'jin will hold the post for a long time? Yes, I actually would believe fully and wholeheartedly that Vol'jin will be war chief for quite some time. Is it the two become one? Hang on, now I gotta look it up. Hang on, Kingdom Hearts stuff. Is it the two become one? No, apparently that's a Spice Girls song. That is not what I care about. It's not quite the one I was thinking of. Although maybe that is the one I'm thinking of. I think that is the one I was thinking of. Well, hang on just a second. What the hell is this? How did I just completely miss this? Oh, that's why, because it's a frickin' mobile and a PC game. It's a browser game. There's actually a browser Kingdom Hearts game. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, well, it doesn't appear to have any real plot relevance, or lore relevance, so whatever. Anyways, moving on. Sorry. So.
An outsider. Slay him, brothers. Quickly.
Uh-oh. I'm about to be slain. Quickly.
I'll put it on your...
No, Misha! No! Instantly back from the dead! Just turn that back off. No! Damn it, Sean! Come back! Come back! Oh wow, Rexxar died. Oh well, nobody cares about him anyways. I agree I did. I just get sick of him.
The ghosts of my brethren now lie silent. Thank you, warrior. You have rid the world of a terrible evil. I feel my death approaching. Take the artifact and the rest of our items. Use them to bring glory to the Horde. I will rest easier, knowing that they lie in honorable hands.
We're under attack!
We're under attack!
I've got the scent. Flush them out.
You should have seen the human knights.
Abijaman. I feel you, man.
I'm ready to track.
Alright, let's rock. And roll, possibly. Oh man, that hurts.
I wander alone.
Adam? Who the hell is Adam, Omni? I demand to know who Adam is.
We're under attack!
Hello, Evray. What is up? Favorite non-game high fantasy setting? Are we using my definition of high fantasy, or the literary definition of high fantasy?
Paths converge.
This is another thing they did that was brand new as of this. This actually required some completely unique work behind the scenes, basically, in order to make this function. And it was extremely well done, and again, would be a prototype for World of Warcraft. By the way, I'm sorry, I have to ask this real quick. Here's a question for you guys. How many of you played Frozen Throne when it was released? And to get to the pertinent question, how many of you played Frozen Throne, played this game, or played this campaign, and then were really annoyed because it wasn't actually done yet?
Whoa, you're a big one! Gaslow City be sending some muscle.
Damn it.
Goblins have a plan.
Of course! If you can get us close enough to the tunnel support beams, we'll blast them to smithereens! That should collapse the ceiling on top of those rats and fix our problem up real nice!
Yeah, I was one of those people who played this game,
What's happening?
you know, when it came out.
Go here.
I'm ready to track.
And they didn't release the continuation of this story until about a month or so after the game came out.
On the prowl.
So, you know, it was just interesting because this ends on such a cliffhanger, and so many of us were like, "Oh my God, what happens? What happens? What happens? What happens? I need to know. I need to know." And then we found out, and it was awesome. It was worth the wait. The end. I did feel bad about Jaina, though. Not the first time, and not the last. So, I love this. The goblins are like, you got it! We'll go ahead and take this thing out. You know how we'll take this thing out? By killing ourselves! Yes, she is Raskor, and almost assuredly done on purpose. Of course, Jaina's plot arc has certainly been going down Arthas's path lately, but that's another topic. And nobody here wants to actually hear me talk about World of Warcraft or Warcraft lore. That's not what you guys are here for. Ooh. I mean, don't be silly. Dragon Age's Inquisition. I will probably give it a shot, but it depends on if they follow through on the promises they have made, because, let us not forget, one of the biggest mistakes that Mass Effect 3 made was they promised many things that were not true. So, Pokemon, you got it. I wanna be the guy who sucks. Gotta catch a few. Sorry, I'll shut up. Womp, 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 womp. What the? Oh, because I still have this crap. Okay, let's get rid of this. This isn't actually useful. This also isn't actually useful. There we go. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, she basically did Raskor, but at the same time, she also didn't. See, that's the thing I like about Jaina's storyline. She doesn't actually act in archetypal ways. She acts like a human, you know. She was obviously hard hit by Theramore's destruction, but she was still counseling that there should be peace and that the Kirin Tor cannot get involved between the Alliance and the Horde. In fact, fun little factoid for you here. Varian Rin was struggling, in fact, really trying to get Jaina to convince the Kirin Tor to join the Alliance against the Horde, and Jaina was saying no. She was adamant in her belief that the Kirin Tor need to be neutral. Well, that didn't last forever, as you might imagine, because what ended up happening is actually kind of complicated, but to put it simply, what ended up happening is Malkarok, who is an evil bastard. I'm just going to summarize that. He's an orc. He's a former member of the Dark Horde, one of the Blackrock clan. He was working for Garrosh, and he came up with the idea to convince Garrosh to force Aethys Sunstrider, I believe, or Aethys Sunreaver, something like that, in order to go ahead and have basically undertake a clandestine mission to utilize Kirin Tor resources to infiltrate Teldrassil, and in so doing recapture a device that they had put there. Okay, that's just the summary, so forgive me. Now, this went according to plan, but the reason this was complicated was because not many people are aware that Lorgrimmar, who is the leader of the Blood Elves, was actually in extensive and lengthy negotiations with Varian Rin and the rest of the leaders of the Alliance in order to have the Blood Elves to rejoin the Alliance. Malkarok learned of this from his spies, pushed Garrosh to do this in order to make Aethys engage this so that Jaina would automatically assume the Blood Elves, you know, would react back and assume the Blood Elves of Dalaran had been the ones who had supported this attack, and therefore try to act out against the mages, the Blood Elves in Dalaran, as if they were members of the Horde, which pushed the actual Blood Elves away from the Alliance because of this counter-reaction. You see where I'm going with here. It's literally a situation where both sides were basically the victims of the other. And very well done, all things considered. And nobody's listening to me, but that's okay. Also, Manaroth is awesome, I'd just like to say. As far as Theramore, Garrosh attacked pretty much because of something that was never really mentioned in World of Warcraft. Put simply, the Alliance, primarily the Alliance troops, I should say fleet, at Theramore were maintaining a lengthy and extensive blockade of Orgrimmar, and it was actually a very successful blockade. So Orgrimmar was landlocked; they couldn't get any ships out, and that blockade was only being maintained because Theramore was, providing troops, supplies, food, materials, etc., to maintain the blockade. He took out Theramore in order to fix that. Now, that's kind of interesting. You say, why does he bomb them? Because it's Garrosh. And that's really the only answer there is for that. Oh, we're not done yet. Okay, hang on. Back we go.
Flush them out.
They destroyed Theramore so utterly and completely that there's nothing left.
Unleash my strength.
And then
What
Jaina
lies
got
before
a
me?
little bit upset about everything that was going on. And so she kind of overreacted. Understandably. Let's just be honest with ourselves. That was fairly understandable. Oops, I need to go here, not there. And it just kind of escalated from there. However, Jaina, ironically enough, Lorthamar was actually the first one who actually offered the hand of peace to Jaina, but Jaina did willingly accept it. But like I said, the two are actually behaving in a rather human, okay, hang on, manner, all things considered. Oh, for God's sakes. I know you're listening, Nojonix. You're awesome. Even if you weren't in my guild and weren't on my server, I know you at least listen to my lore runs. But yeah, Jaina really, really, really overreacted to that. And it took Lorthamar being willing to back down to get her to at least use her brain for a second. And even then she was like, "Rawr! This is your chance to dismantle the Horde." However, a lot of people are stupid, okay? Let's just put that out there. A lot of people said Pandaria was super focused on the Horde. There was no Alliance story development. Those people are forevermore referred to as moron, okay? Those people are completely forgetting about the fact that A, Jaina Proudmoore had a huge amount of character development in Pandaria. B, Anduin Rin had a huge amount of character development in Pandaria. C, Varian Rin had a huge amount of character development in Pandaria. And D, let's not forget this because this is very important, the Alliance got the Monkey King, okay? I think that's quite a win for the Alliance, all things considered. But all things... oh, God, that hurts. Oh. Oh. Huh. All joking aside, I am being sincere in the fact that, oh my God, that the Alliance got a great deal of story focus in Pandaria. And I just get so irritated and so angry when people are like, hard focus. I'm pretty sure those are just people who like to complain, because, those people are promiscuous. Nearly ever present nowadays, I swear. Can't enjoy anything without someone being like, I'm retarded. That's actually what they say, word for word. Retarded. Excuse me. I may have to take a pain pill. I'm kind of hesitating. I don't like to take pain pills, but I may have to. Like, literally. Anyways, point I was trying to reach with that is that Varian Rin in Wrath, when he was reintroduced, was a hothead and a warmonger, okay? Yeah, sure thing, Zordon. Give me just a moment to think about that. Call him... a Terexon, and I'll go ahead and spell it in the chat. There you go. Anyway, so, how was I saying? Oh, right. So he started out in Wrath as a hothead and a warmonger and just kind of a terrible person. In Cataclysm, he received a little bit of character growth, but for the most part, he basically went back towards being, he was still a warmonger. In Pandaria, he started to segue from warmonger into... I don't actually know what to call it, because he's still very much... he's still a war leader. He is still a Winston Churchill, to use the real-life example. But he's become a lot more reasonable, and he's trying a lot more to pull himself back and try not to be quite as extreme in his measures. And I think they've been doing a good job of it, all things considered. So I like what they've been doing with Varian in Pandaria, honestly. Yes, Omni, all of the houses allow and condone slavery. Yeah, Ethera, that's a good way to put it. He's not black and white anymore. In Wrath especially, he was pure on black. I just wanted to kill the hell out of that guy. And kind of the same in Cataclysm, to be honest with you. And then he started pulling out of that in Pandaria, becoming a little bit more green, or I'm sorry, gray. Yeah, I tend to agree, Omni. And by I tend to agree, I mean, let's just say they got what they deserved when Vanderfall was basically wiped off the face of reality. I suppose I shouldn't say it like that, because in Elder Scrolls it is actually a possibility for something to be wiped out of reality, but that's not what happened. For those of you who don't know, Vanderfall is completely screwed by the time Skyrim comes around. Like, completely screwed. And they kinda did it to themselves. Honestly, Ojunix, the problem with Varian in the Siege ending is they made him look like too much of an idiot. That's really the reality of it. His actions are understandable. His words are understandable. His tonality is idiocy. It's like, I just want to strangle him. I get what you're saying, but stop being a hot-headed idiot about it. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, Red Mountain, the whole story about what happened to Red Mountain is very convoluted, and basically is why there's no more Umbra. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Spoiler alert, blah, 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 blah. But, Umbra's gone. Red Mountain was destroyed by the cataclysmic magical energies that were unleashed by that. And then the Argonians kind of went in and were like, crunch, crunch, crunch. Umbra the person, and Umbra the sword, since they were, after all, one and the same, Omni. I agree, Raskor. That was it was such a weird scene, because it was one of the first times that we saw some actual character growth with Varian. And it almost seemed out of place, because up until that point, Varian had very much been, I'm an evil bastard. And then just out of nowhere, he showed up and was cool. See you around, CMC Fade. Oh, God! Okay, I think I'm gonna go and take a pill. I really don't want to, but these spasms are killing me. Come on. Oh, okay, dying down. Are these the big ones? Yeah, these are the big ones. I'm not taking a little one today, I'm taking a big one. Prescribed by my surgeon himself, actually. No! See you around, Prague. Have a good one. Ah! Yes, I have the blood curse, guys. I drank the blood of Manaroth willingly, and brought this blood curse onto myself. And now I am suffering for having done so. So let this be a lesson, kids. Never drink the blood of Manaroth. Ojunix, I think it is both. I think it is most likely that Varian not only understood the idea of being the father, given how much he cares so utterly about Anduin, but also that allowed him, seeing that allowed him to see Saurfang as something other than an enemy. One of the things I've said before is the best way to be a racist or a speciest or a prejudiced person or a horrible person or whatever is to dehumanize, for lack of a better term, the individuals in question. You know, it's a lot easier to hate and think ill of and otherwise be an opponent of a label or a number or whatever than it is a person. So he was seeing Saurfang up to that point as just an enemy, as he was seeing all orcs. However, understanding that Saurfang is someone who is just here to collect his boy and wants his body back so he can bury it, that made Sarfang a person to Varian. For the first time, Varian was actually seeing an orc as a person, and that's why he softened, because Varian is not the kind of person who can actually hold that kind of hatred against an individual, just a label. So, that's my answer to that, in a nutshell. Always gotta summon Misha, first thing. It's like in WoW, when you buff, you walk into an instance and you buff, first thing you do. Oh yes, very much, Rachel. I like both of the series' usages of orcs. Now, granted, I also like Warhammer 40k's usages of orcs, but that's a completely different that's a completely different way of awesome. The orcs. Anyways, I have not actually been to the United Kingdom, unfortunately, ever. I have wanted to go on more than one occasion, no less. Damn it, frickin'. That was my point, Etheru. Uh-oh, Etheru is stealing my points! I knew it. How could you, Etheru? For Mork and Gork. There was one in the works, Nomer, and that didn't go anywhere. And then they made the actual Warhammer MMO, and that did worse. Welcome back, Spirit. Holy moly goly. Something just happened. And it's not loading. Load! Load! Well, while that's loading. Can't see the chat for a moment. No! Stop fighting! Stop killing things! Damn it, Chen! What is wrong with you? Whoever just donated, yes, I have your PayPal name. I don't want to say it out loud because I don't like giving away people's names on the stream. But in response to your question, yes, I do get the text that you put in the donation. So thank you very much for the donation. And I'm glad that you think I'm awesome, even though I would argue that I'm not. But nevertheless, thank you very much. And by the way, I agree. Dawn of War 1 is better. Damn it, Spirit! You suck. Secretly, you don't actually suck. Don't make me pull out the muffin cannon again. I will. I swear it.
It sounds like something, or someone, is riling up those lizards. I'll look into it myself. Well, at least my potion is complete. Here, take a few vials of it. It'll serve you well.
It's, the funniest part is it's going to be like an hour before that pain pill actually kicks in. Let's go talk to Gazlo.
On the prowl.
Hey, Griff.
So they blew themselves up, you say? Now that's occupational commitment. Anyway, you done good, kid. Take these items. It's the least I can do to repay you.
Well, thank you for the items.
My quarry nears.
That's an out-of-character thing, which I don't care about. Don't care about that.
Got the scent.
That's useful. Okay, let's go.
Our paths
To
converge.
Thrall. And be right back while I talk to Thrall.
I'm acting on instinct.
Thromkar, Rexxar. The others tell me you've been a great help to them. I appreciate all you've done for us.
Thromkar, Rexxar. I spoke to Thrall about the humans encroaching on our lands. I, for one, don't trust them at all. I'd like you to report to our outlying watchpost and meet with my lieutenant, Garthok. I need to know if they've spotted any suspicious activity along the border.
Okay, I'm back. BM behind you? That's a silly question, as you'll notice. My other heroes do have items.
What lies before me?
Alright, where am I going? Give me the minimap ping. It's over here somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Aha! And yeah, I am also playing on easy. I'm amazed Rexxar has died at all. Of course, I've been playing really casually. An instance of half troll orc? Not that I'm aware of, Raffle.
We're under attack!
Damn it, Spirit. I didn't ask for that. I mean, I guess I did, but nevertheless, I'm still thankful.
Flush them out. I've got
One thing you can't accuse me of is being ungrateful.
our paths converge.
Ah. Da 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 da. Another way this is a proto-WoW. Lots of travel time.
Attack!
Unleash my strength.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Sweet.
I need to...
Name your poison.
My quarry nears.
Dancing on the donated money in front of my webcam. Fortunately, I am both
On the
not
prowl.
evil and not well enough to do that. Worgen pups and baby Pandaren. That would be so
I'm
cute.
acting on instinct.
Of course, they wouldn't be Worgen unless they actually had the curse upon them. And actually, from our understanding, the Worgen curse can't be conveyed through birth. Which is actually funny if you think about it, because if you actually think about it, that means the Worgen are effectively a species that is ending. In other words, they're not going. They have no way to replenish their numbers, to put it a little bit simpler. But would've, as they say.
Our paths converge.
Not like anybody wants the Worgen people to continue. I mean, the Gilneans will keep going. That's all that matters. Gilneans for Gilneas, because we're all stupid.
I've got the scent.
Thrumka, warrior. We haven't seen any signs of human activity, but the local Quillboars have been getting bolder. There is an observatory nearby that helps us spot potential threats. You might want to check it out, but be warned, the Quillboars roam the entire area. Gold Kosh, if only there was a way to root them out.
If only there were 3 brave heroes standing right in front of me. If only. If only. Okay, I'm done. Anyways, in response to Marquis, yes, if a Worgen couple were to reproduce, they would produce a human.
I wander alone.
Now, as someone pointed out, yes, you could actually,
On the prowl.
you could actually have the Worgen just spread the curse if they actually had a mentality to do so. Yeah, I hate Quillboars. I would love to play as one, because I like playing weird races. But anyways, they could spread the curse, but I mean, why would they? They call it a curse for a reason. And don't forget, anyone they spread the curse to would also have to be blessed and basically fixed by the Night Elves in order to have the ability to control themselves. Otherwise, they'd just be mindless beasts. So now I will admit, it is theoretically possible. Wow, I have to kill 50 Quillboars. Anybody remember this quest from the Barons? Anyways, it is still theoretically possible that the druids amongst the Worgen themselves could actually be capable of lifting the curse from other Worgen. But again, this just brings us to the biggest question. Why? Why bother with continuing to spread the Worgen curse? Because it's really not the same as the undead plague, which, you basically don't have a choice in spreading. Oh, I kind of like that. Let's go ahead and burn that and grab that, and let's go. I'd like you to pick that up. There we go. Kill the Quillboar, kill the satyrs, kill the chat guys. Wait. Damn it! My bloodlust got... See, that's actually the negative effects of my blood curse. I constantly want to kill people. It's terrible. Sorry, Ajonix. It's not my fault, okay? When I was young, I was infected with being an idiot. You're not an agility hero. Oh, you are an agility hero. Interesting. I thought I had a... Oh, I do. It's right there. Duh. Okay, never mind. Oh, that's what I wanted. I knew there was something coming. I was right. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. Kill the ancient protector who's corrupted with the stuff. Don't worry, he is dead now. No worries, little guy. I'm not a good singer. What do you want from me? Anyways. Thrall as a Worgen. Well, see you around, Zordon. Have fun with Morrowind. Awesome game. It is actually theoretically possible for any race to be infected by the Worgen curse. But the problem is, they'll basically just be, you know, they turn into a Worgen, just like anyone else would, and they turn back into whatever they originally were. In other words, what I'm trying to get across here is, fundamentally speaking, it doesn't really matter. They would still be a Worgen for all intents and purposes, if you follow. A Worgen human is no different than a Worgen orc or Worgen troll. Now, of course, you may be asking, why isn't that in-game? To which I answer, that's the same reason that there's no undead that aren't humans in the game. It's just a limitation of mechanics. In lore, such things do exist. Now, here's an interesting question. Do lore examples of other Worgen exist? We do know at least some do. We are aware of that. However, there's never been specific examples. It's just been the fact that the Worgen who were unleashed in Duskwood and the ones who were unleashed in Silverpine before the Gilnean thing came to fruition, both did infect races that were not human, and therefore it is very likely that some of those are still around, and thus we have non-human Worgen wandering around. Again, we don't have specifics. That would be very effective, Bragwin, if you think about it. And now you work for me. Because, Yachiman, we must strive to make balance. Wait, is that what she says? I don't remember. She always used to annoy the hell out of me when she said that. Props to anyone who knows what I'm talking about. I really doubt that, Spirit. I'm not that good to get 100+ viewers. Besides, I'm not getting 100+ viewers today, and this is like a Friday evening this has been planned for like a week in advance. I don't know what else to do, guys. I'm playing Frozen Throne. What do you want from me? I'm trying to get viewers. I'm trying. I have gone up to 135. I think 137. I actually don't really remember what my record is at the moment. It's actually not too bad, all things considered. Must kill Quillboars. Must kill Quillboars. Is there Griff? Oh, that sucks. I hate it when there's Twitch competition. Not necessarily because it pulls away my viewers, but because it kills Twitch. And so a lot of my viewers have trouble watching my thing. Oh yeah. So, fun fact. This guy, Rokon, he doesn't get Big Bad Voodoo as his ultimate. He gets Voodoo Spirits, which is the most hideously overpowered thing in the world. It costs 150 mana, and for 30 seconds, he just kind of life drains from everything nearby. It's pretty nuts. get that. Let's go get rid of that and get that. Okay. Alright, is that everything? That's everything. Let's get out of here. Yeah, Skimmers. I've been playing FPS games since... Tank Wars. There we go. How's that for showing my cred?
What lies before me?
We made it.
Now I can activate the telescope and survey the surrounding lands.
Let's see.
Blast. It looks like the beginnings of an invasion. There's far too many of them for me to handle alone.
I don't know. I think you could do that. The plot thickens, as they say.
Glory nears.
Alright, now to finally use this item that I've been waiting to.
I'll give it a shot.
I've been working on it, Desert Star.
Leash my
Just for you, man. Brofist. Does Atros, not purely avian, although the harpies probably
What lies
count.
before me?
Whoop, whoop.
Looking for Rexxar? Before he left, he said something about investigating the lizards out near Thunder Ridge. If you hurry, you might catch up to him.
I'm ready.
We
to
must
crack.
hurry to catch up to him. Onwards! Or we have a cutscene.
Are you certain of what you saw, Rexxar? I can't imagine that Jaina would send troops so close to our border. This does not bode well at all. Pact or no pact, I won't allow anything to jeopardize the security of our nation.
I heard about the human ships, War Chief. What are your orders?
I want you both to head back to that watch post and keep an eye on the humans. We can't let this situation escalate out of control.
What if they're hostile, War Chief?
I'd prefer that the humans remain unharmed. But if they prove hostile in any way, you have my permission to slaughter them.
I'd just like to point to that because it's worth noting that Thrall was not always a peacemonger.
My quarry
I'm not saying him being a peacemonger is a bad thing, but he really hasn't always been a peacemonger.
lies before me.
Early on, he was more than willing to defend himself, but the problem is the situation, as a result of him being willing to defend himself, things just kind of get worse and worse and worse, and that's one of the reasons he became a peacemonger, is because that mentality in this setting just makes it so that
We're under attack!
people fight back and you fight back. By the way, yes, harpies are traditionally magical creatures. In Pandaria, there's a thing where the guy has this beautiful quote, which is basically every act of aggression is equivalent for reprisal, and every reprisal triggers immediate aggression, and it just cycles around and around and around and around. And that is the problem, and that's why Thrall stopped being like that. But the problem, as we've seen, is Thrall went too far the other way. Thrall went too far to the peacemaking side. He needed to be able to still defend his people and hold his people. That's one of the reasons he lost so much control of his horde. And it became, instead of the horde that means family, my horde, for instance, the horde, it became Garrosh's horde, which is all about taking what we need because life is so crap, you know? And so it got to the point where this is a worthless ability, by the way, Stampede. Useful under extremely specific circumstances. Anyways, it got to the point where he really needed to step up and be willing to work things out. By the way, I hope things go well for whoever had the event planned for the horror gaming evening. You should play Assassin's Creed and appreciate how subtly horrifying it is. I'm kidding, don't do that. And I agree with WebWriter with what you said. Even when he was a quote-unquote warmonger, he still had sense about him.
Our paths converge.
Ah, Rexxar, I'm glad you're here. I've been studying the thunder lizards for some time. The creatures almost never leave this valley, but lately they've been migrating out in greater numbers. As you've seen, they've also become highly aggressive. Something must be riling them up. Let's investigate the ridge and see if we can find any clues. Oh, and if you find any of their eggs, I'd love to study them.
Yes, I was Omni. In fact, I was a little disappointed
I'm ready to
at how subpar, Skyrim's underwater aspect was. Yes, I know neither Oblivion nor Morrowind have had a significant underwater aspect, but I shouldn't even say underwater, just water aspect. I was kind of hoping Skyrim would have bucked the trend, basically, but I was obviously mistaken. Oh, God, that scared the living crap out of me. That actually hurt like hell. Oh my God, that hurt. Oh my God. Hi. Thank you, sis.
It was like $9 for 3.
That's a very good price.
Versus like 4.5.
Yeah. Ah. Thank you.
Just bring all of them at once.
Did you have fun shopping? Did you get anything really super cute? Wow. I don't know what to say to that.
It's adorable.
It is very adorable. I'll give you that.
It even has a goodie.
Our paths converge.
Oh my God, it does. Why does it have flowers on the inside? It's very confusing.
It's not flowers, it's polka dots. That's the liner.
Nomer says hello.
Hi, Nomer.
Marquis, I don't know. He's a new guy. Marquis. I am using a. I forget the exact number. I'm using a Seinhauser.
Look, it has a puppy.
Oh. Spirit says hi.
Hi, Spirit.
Griff would like to see the super cute outfit. Should we show them? Okay, that's just disgustingly cute. Tafius says hello as well.
Hi, Tafius. Who's Tafius?
He's not a new person. He's a recurrer. Are those penguin feet?
Yes.
Those are penguin feet.
Yes.
Oh my God! What do they do with kids' clothes these days? I swear. Atheru and Ojunix also say hi.
Orcs. Our intelligence was right. We'd best head back to base and report.
Humans. What could they be doing here?
We allied with the humans at the Battle of Mount Hyjal. Our two races have been at peace ever since. Still, it's strange that they would venture so far into our lands.
A human lumber mill. They've cut down all of the trees. That's got to be what's driving the thunder lizards mad. We should destroy the mill immediately.
No. Our war chief signed a non-aggression pact with the humans. Destroying their holdings could lead us to open war. For now, we must put the raging lizards down before they cause any more harm. We'll have to deal with the humans later.
Thank you.
Oh, Homer's dead.
Also, they're saying hi to me because I'm regularly streaming with him.
Yeah, Sis is a regular
Check out
feature
the YouTube
ever
channel
since
and
ever since I moved out here.
discover why and how.
Oh, hang on. I got a temp ban Omni for
Why are you temp banning Omni?
because he referenced that awful, awful song that I hate so much that it makes me want to kill people.
Which one?
Exactly.
No, Yachiman, this is for Mini Zan. But
Hey, August.
Jane is asleep.
But I'm not going to be playing online. Sorry. I figured she'd be asleep this late.
She fell asleep on the way over here.
Wow, they have really logged the hell out of this place, haven't they? That looks good on you. Although this is weird, and it looks very out of place to me.
It's a super cool.
I stand by my statement.
I don't even know if they can see me.
Yes. By the way, I know it's a joke song. I just still hate it. And no.
What song?
No.
Somebody in chat tell me what song, and I promise I won't let them read you.
What does the fox say?
I don't know that song.
Be happy.
Okay.
Yes, orange for life.
Hi,
Although,
Amazing Rondo.
hopefully she would never actually have an orange power ring, because that would be terrible.
I haven't even...
Nice, dear. No, Coco. I love my sister too much to do that to her. If you want, I could have gotten it. I also have scissors and a knife. 2 knives, actually. I will throw it away sometime that is not now. Put that there so I don't lose track of it. There we go.
I just bought it.
3 seconds ago. I actually sold it to her.
Hours ago.
I sold it to her, guys. I admit it. Let's get a bear out, shall we? Bear form. Except
Is
it's just...
that literally like the only thing the person who asked why they were saying hi to me said?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Have more balls, dear. Talk more.
It is probable.
I'm doing good. How are you?
You missed it when I said earlier that a character annoyed me because he didn't know how to grow a dick.
It's just like you and me. Your next thing you know, you're going to be telling your characters to put their big girl panties on.
Well, I mean, really, he's such a nammy-pammy wuss face.
I need to go get Jane and put her in
Okay,
bed.
see you around, Web Rider. Okay. And yes, she is very much Midna. No, not Midna. Midna. I mean, hi. I need to go heat up some vegetables to eat, so I have some food tonight. What's that from, Bragwin? Because that sounds like a quote from something. It's very easy, Drago. First, you watch Chuck Norris films. Then, you kill yourself. That's it. The Gimmers, tonight, I don't know how long, until I can't stay up anymore, basically. Probably around midnight my time, so probably about 3 more hours, give or take. Tomorrow I'll be streaming again, starting in the morning and ending in the evening. And hopefully I'll be done by then, but if not, because this is I'm still in the frickin' first campaign here, I will be taking it up again Sunday. Sunday I'm hopeful to be done by the afternoon, because it's someone's birthday party, and I'm looking forward to attending. Exactly, Drago. I've never actually gotten into Chuck Norris jokes, because I've actually seen Chuck Norris films and television show. They're bad. Taffius, it's kind of become the thing to stream on weekends. I'm not sure if it's going to become a truly regular thing. Unfortunately, my schedule is not as static as I would like. But the general idea here is to be streaming on Wednesdays and possibly on Thursdays and Fridays, but never guaranteed. But definitely trying to hit the weekends. For example, next weekend, somebody who's awesome will be playing Zelda with me, and someone will be asleep. Good night, kiddo. You get a good night's rest, okay? Oh, by the way, sis, check it out. Recognize that name? Oh, hang on. There we go. Recognize that name?
Yes.
He looks a little different.
He's less fat.
I was actually about to say he's more fat. His face is very wide.
Oh yeah, his face is very wide, but his body is less fat.
He also has a different voice actor.
I like the current voice actor.
I do too. He does an excellent job of it.
I haven't played this part.
You haven't played Warcraft 3 in general, my dear.
You're right, I probably haven't. I played the other one, the Frozen Throne one.
Well, yeah. But this is, yeah, the founding of Orgrimmar, basically. For all intents and purposes. Sweet. I hope to see more of you, Taffius, and I mean that sincerely.
Me too.
She also would like to see more of you. Or perhaps she would like me to see more of you. She wasn't very clear. I want to give that to... Actually... Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then take that instead. There we go. No. You missed it. Remind me to show you sometime, okay?
Okay.
It's about the Mario song. You're gonna hate me for it, but it's awesome. Trust me.
Will it get it out of my head?
No.
I mean, I've only had it in my head for 3 months.
No. It might get it worse in. Forever.
I don't know why you like to wear your glasses so low.
Why?
You don't have a bump in your nose like I do.
No, I don't. That's true. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. You don't even have to
There's
elaborate.
no nose bump.
So I can place them wherever, and
And
this
they
is
just kinda slide
and this
down.
they just kind of slide down. So I just kind of got used to this, back when I was like 14 or whenever I first got my glasses. It's been a while. Oh, that hurts.
See, I have a bump on mine, so mine just kind of sit there because I've got that ridge knot in the top of my nose too.
See, what you should do
Right there.
is you should completely rip your nose off.
No.
Okay, we'll put it back.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Tell that that's Ojunix, even though I can't really read it because it's the shape of Ojunix.
Well, yeah, Ojunix's shape is very distinctive.
That says Rexxar.
Rexxar.
I
And
can-
he's
wait,
in Decimus as we speak.
I can sort of read Yachiman.
Who's that?
McGimmers.
Who's that? Right there.
Rokon?
Very good. I was surprised because he's not actually in WoW.
No, I can read it.
Oh, excuse me. Hayes, Omni
I
would
can
like to
still
know,
read.
what are your opinions of owners of companies rather than managers?
Owners of companies rather than managers?
I'm imagining in response
Of
to our
what
earlier
size
thing.
company? Are we talking a small...
Yeah, go ahead, take it. There you go.
What size company? Are we talking a small business or... Hey, I need to chop my brother's head off so his neck will stop hurting?
I've thought about it. I really have.
Small companies and big ones. It can be done well. It can be done poorly.
If I was
See,
in
the-
charge,
The problem when you start specifying owners of companies is that an owner of a company's responsibility in a small company is to run the company. It's to oversee all of the managers. So you have managerial duties on top of that. But it's also to handle marketing, invoicing, billing, payroll, all of the behind the scenes stuff, which means you have to have more of a business mindset rather than a people mindset. And as far as large corporations, that's so alien to me that I honestly couldn't help you with that. I couldn't come up with an opinion on it.
I'm not going to, but
Yeah, a big company's owner is there to let the board of directors make decisions.
Actually, we're going to save our gold, because I know in the next mission we get a better thing. What am I doing? Yeah, I didn't get it.
No, Yachiman, unfortunately, shooting him in the leg won't help because that pain would still be less than the pain in his neck.
Yep.
But none of that matters when it comes to the pain in his kidneys.
Yeah. I've only had one pain worse than my kidney pain in my whole life. You know what pain that is.
When you shattered your leg.
Yeah.
I've had pain worse than that.
I suppose you have.
What lies before me?
I had pain that put me back in... I've told you about my levels of pain, right?
Of course you have.
I couldn't remember if I had that conversation with Michael or with you about how I classify pain levels.
You and I have had this conversation recently because you were mad at me for using my tier systems.
Oh, I wasn't mad at you. I was explaining why when you asked... Stop moving your neck.
Well, you're there, so I have to look at it.
Good boy. Anyway, I'll tell you guys. I have pain levels that I classify. I have my pain scale, and then I have a pain scale which I would consider, that a normal person's pain scale. And Brother operates the same way. I always do that, Ojunix. I tease him. Stop it! Stop it! You're gonna hurt yourself. When I get headaches, thinking makes my head hurt worse. Probably because I furrow my brow. You have a healer?
Yes, a Shadow Hunter.
That's not a class that we have.
Healing Wave, which is actually what Chain Heal is nowadays in WoW. Or what it came from, to put it more accurately. Did you know this was actually the prototype for WoW, sis?
Mm-mm.
It really was. It probably looks like it. I mean, I've got quests and everything. There's the exclamation points. I've got inventory. There's a bank back here, right here. I've got, there's stores you can buy stuff at. There's a Hearthstone / Spirit Healers. That's these things. Everything in this was a prototype for WoW. They
Oh,
were working
wow.
on it way back here. Same team.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
The textures look very similar.
Oh yeah. Whoop, sound.
No, we're too late.
Oh, no.
The camp's already been razed. There are human tracks everywhere. They lead back towards the
We must
coast.
get revenge against the
The
humans.
human scum will pay
And
dearly
here
for
it
this.
begins.
Blood for blood.
Yep.
Life for life.
Literally,
Rotaroga!
most of the Alliance and the Horde's things have been... honestly, I can't sum it up any better than that one Pandaren cutscene.
I was just quoting that actually not too long ago, in reference to what's about to happen. What was about to
Was
happen?
the every transgression is in
You know what,
self
I'm gonna look it up 'cause
an
I-
act of
Hang on, I'm gonna look it up.
aggression?
What's a good place to check for that? What's his name?
I don't know.
Figure it out. Because I'm awesome.
Hey, you are awesome.
Well, no, I'm not. Unfortunately, I wish I was.
Yes, you are.
But
Don't make me smack you. You're in enough pain. Just admit.
here.
Now I want to read it.
Every reprisal is itself an act of regression, and every act of aggression triggers immediate reprisal. That one sentence summarizes so well the problem between the Alliance and the Horde, and the reason it's
entire
always been a problem.
between the Alliance and the Horde.
Okay, good.
100% of it from the very beginning. I mean, since before there was even a Horde. Look at this. Immediately they're like, "Oh my God, we must go get revenge."
And don't forget, this is happening because the Admiral Proudmoore is the one who is attacking the Orcs.
Admiral
because-
Proudmoore, is that Jaina's daddy?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the Orcs were the ones who attacked him and his people back in Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 1.
The Orcs before they were a Horde.
Yeah, that was the demonic horde, as I prefer to call it. No matter how you look at it, it's just been a cycle that's been going on literally since before Warcraft started. It's so tragic, and it's one of the reasons it pisses me off so much.
And if you should really learn anything from
This anchor emblem on their shields. Have you ever seen it before?
Orcs! We've been
your
followed!
rice sack.
To arms, men! To arms!
Come, human dogs. Taste the wrath of the Horde.
No, it's not. It's a beer.
Well, it's Chen.
It's beer. He is a brewer.
Yeah, because I differentiate Ingress because there is the demonic horde, and then there's the fell horde, which is under Illidan, and I do try to differentiate the two. The demonic horde is pretty obvious. Anyways, but you were saying this.
If there is anything that you should and could learn from the Azeroth setting, it's that there is nothing to be gained from revenge.
Yep.
Violence begets violence. Now, that's not to say that I don't believe that certain acts require you to stand up for yourself. Because I do. You know, there are certain things that, in the case of a bully, if you are being bullied, the fastest way to get that to stop is to...
Just tell them about how I used to beat the crap out of bullies when I was a kid.
Zan is sort of ish a Pokemon fan, not nearly as much as Brother is.
Brother is a huge Pokemon fan.
Mm.
By the way, there might be a package coming tomorrow.
Okay.
Just kind of a heads up.
Okay.
If someone steals your tea, what do you do?
They wouldn't be stealing my tea, I would be making some for them.
Good answer. I like that.
I'm a good Southern girl. We're taught that, you're supposed to be hospitable and you greet everyone with a snack and a warm beverage.
And I'm a
Or a
good
cold
Russian
beverage,
boy.
depending.
We treat our friends like they're family, and we treat our enemies like they're dead.
Because they are.
Because they are.
You forgot to kill the tent. And there's more barrels over there.
Okay, just for you, sis. There we go.
Exactly, Rondo. Well, Yachiman, I'm sorry, but you're now dead. Because my brother's Russian. No, I'm actually from,
Tennessee,
no.
Kentucky.
Hmm.
Sorry, I guess you don't have to tell me.
I'm from an area that if you're really south, you don't consider south, and if you're north, you don't consider south or north. We're kind of that middle ground.
Nice one.
You haven't killed the horse.
Sorry. There we go. Is that better?
Yes.
Awesome.
So, I love this. We're retaliating against them, right?
Oh, yeah.
That totem's still alive.
That's our totem.
Oh, okay. So, we're retaliating against them, burning our one village by burning everything in our path.
Yeah. And killing all of them, including their beasts of burden. Which is stupid for many reasons.
No, I am not the true brains. I'm just the pretty face that's in front of it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I am the brains of the operation, but I am also the Lich King, and all that implies. Most people don't like to be ruled by the Lich King for some strange reason.
Probably that thing about, complete domination. So why are you leaving
By the way, check it out, it's Orgrimmar. I know it doesn't really look like it, but at the same time it kind of does, doesn't it?
Where's the cleft?
The cleft is going to be right here-ish.
When are we going to dig that out?
Well, we actually already did that quest with Gazlowe.
Well, where's the entrance?
It's not there yet, we haven't done it.
Oh.
The barracks, it's just, I know it's not really Orgrimmar, but just bear with me, okay?
It looks like Orgrimmar.
It does actually have quite an Orgrimmar style to it, I'll admit. It's actually kind of cool.
Tennessee is south, but Kentucky is not. Kentucky was a state that did not choose sides in the fight, and therefore was by true Southerners who were part of the Confederate States. It is not viewed as a Southern state, but at the same time, Kentucky also kept slaves, so it is not viewed as a Northern state, a Yankee state.
Let's not go into the Civil War here. I know a lot
I already
about
went.
the Civil War. I'm just saying.
Okay.
My brother has cut that off. I know a great deal about the Civil War.
I don't like the Civil War.
I don't either. The Civil War was a mess.
It was.
Civil War was one.
There are
giant
lots of wars that were messes.
World War One.
I don't want to talk about war. Let's not talk about war.
Let's talk about Warcraft. Wonderful segue. Was that-
America and Switzerland. I didn't know. I'm confused.
Switzerland is well renowned for being neutral and otherwise just kind of keeping out of things.
But why is America in Switzerland?
It is like an
Why is it-
American Switzerland. The Switzerland of America as opposed to
Ah, I am making of sense now. I suppose that would be an accurate statement then, maybe-ish. Only we weren't really neutral. We were just so
You'll see it, obviously.
divided that,
Too late.
You did all you could, my warriors. Above all else, you kept Durotar safe. Yet this anchor sigil you described does seem oddly familiar. I just can't place it.
good.
Pardon, boss.
You just now took it.
But if the humans be coming from the sea,
I thought you
my
took
tribe
mine
on the
before we
Echo
left.
Isles could be deep in the danger too.
Bad
Don't
person.
worry, Rokan. You have my word that I won't let anything happen to your people. I have an urgent mission for you, Rexxar. That human fleet poses a serious threat to the trolls that live on the Echo Isles.
Heck is Rexxar?
I need you to take a zeppelin to the Isles
Who is he?
and warn the trolls about what's happening.
I can't remember.
If you can, try to convince them to join us on the mainland.
What? Yeah, Panda, that's not too, that's not a bad comparison. So what were you
Only
asking?
I like people.
What were you asking?
I said, who the heck is Rexxar? I've never heard of him.
Yes, you have. I know you have.
Where?
Rexxar is the hero of the Horde. He is a monk of Thrall who helped found the Horde and indeed helped found Orgrimmar along with Jen and Rokan. Rexxar is a half-ogre, half-orc. His people are from Draenor, obviously. In Vanilla, he was involved in a lengthy and incredibly terrible quest chain in Deslos, which I made fun of with you. It was the Horde version of getting the tie to Inixium, the key to Inixium. And then in Burning Crusade, he ends up in the Blade Jud Mountains, and there's a whole chain involving him reuniting with his people, the Monk who are still there. I know you've done those quests.
I don't remember.
You did them with me on Zagmus.
Okay. If you say so, I don't remember.
I narrated them for you. Now, Ozunix asked an interesting question.
Yes, Zeiss? Oh, hi, Zeiss.
I don't know the answer.
What Ozunix asked.
What happened to Rokan? 'Cause I know he died. Oh, that's right. No, he didn't die.
What happened to Rokan?
I actually forgot about this, Ozunix. Rokan actually continued to be a shadow hunter for the Horde and one of the elite of the Darkspear. Basically,
Why is his butt blue?
because you're weird. Right up there with the idea of you just killed my thought process. Whose butt?
The bear.
There's painting on her back, dear.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so Rokan.
She's nearly dead.
Rokan, who gives a damn, is an elite, one of the few shadow hunters who are still part of the Darkspear, and you actually encounter him in Wrath of the Lich King. He is in the Dragon Blight, and if you don't remember where that is, no problem.
That was directed at Zeiss.
What did I say?
He told me I turned into a pumpkin.
Yay, pumpkin!
Why don't you think my glasses are helping?
I guess we'll heal Misha. God.
It's bugging my healerness.
Yeah, well, I've got one heal on a big-ass cooldown that costs a huge chunk of my mana, because this is Warcraft 3, not WoW. At least it's chain heal. Okay, we're about to enter part 2. You ready for this, guys?
I'm ready to track.
Now, hang on, I want to talk about something real quick.
I love the tiny airship. Look how little and cute it is.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know if you can tell, but it actually does have the airship part underneath there. See?
And it has wings.
Actually, the ones in WoW have wings, too, if you pay attention.
Zan for president. You know, I actually thought about that when I was little. And then I decided that it was too much work and I didn't feel like pretending to be someone I wasn't.
I thought about it, and then I realized that the only way it would work is if I had the military backing me, because I'd kind of change everything. Anyways, so... I just want to talk about something that's interesting. For all of this part of the game, for all intents and purposes, all of this is Durotar, okay? All of this. Yeah! Okay, now that I've killed everyone's eyes. I know the terrain doesn't quite match World of Warcraft. Don't give me that. We've talked about this before. The terrain kind of changes from game to game, but for all intents and purposes, this is all Durotar. I mentioned that because we are now about to go to southern Durotar, towards the Isles, the Darkspear Isles, which will be the second map.
Acting on instinct.
Which we are not going to be loading. Please wait. The Echo Isles, that's what they're called. Now you'll notice again on the map here it's not really accurate. The Echo Isles look like they're right next to Orgrimmar, even though they should actually be down here. But we do still have the Barrens, Razorfin Downs is there, Dustwallow Marsh is over there, Theramore Isles over there, Ashenvale. We are at the Echo Isles now, where the Darkspear are. Ah, good, there's a Hearthstone right here.
There's no telling what dangers lurk on these isles.
We must help the
I'll
trolls.
have to move quickly and find the trolls' village.
By the way, I just want to emphasize one more thing. I know, you guys are tired of me talking about lore. But,
The only reason they're here is because you're talking about
well, one of the things that has been asked me more than once, this was asked me last stream too, is what's up with...
She can turn into a pig.
no, that's actually just a temporary Quillboar. See, the Quillboar has a duration.
Oh.
Misha is just there. That's why I only keep summoning Misha. Anyways, some people have asked, why is it the Darkspear are part of the Horde instead of the rest of the trolls? And it is a valid question because the Darkspear tribe are so fundamentally different from all of the other troll tribes. Really, all of them. And the biggest reason is because of one thing trolls do value more than anything else is proven loyalty. Not loyalty of words, but loyalty of actions. And the very first thing the orcs and the trolls did was they helped each other to get off that island in the middle near the Maelstrom. Then they immediately fought together side by side. What? That's because those are Murghouls, I believe. Yep, Murghouls. See. Anyways, then they fought against the Centaurs. They helped the Tauren. They are in fact undead. Yes. Please stop interrupting me. It's really hard for me to concentrate now. Help me out here, sis. They fought against the undead. They fought against the centaurs. They fought against the Legion. And then, after having basically been shoulder to shoulder, shedding blood together, which, as you know, creatures like these value excessively as a form of loyalty, the very next thing that happened is they're founding Orgrimmar in Durotar, and there's a problem with the trolls because they're having trouble with humans. And the first thing Thrall does is send his best people, us, right here, to go and help the trolls. Just like that. No hesitation, no question. It's like Thrall and Vol'jin both have said more than once, the Horde means family. And that is why the Darkspear tribes are so different than the others, because they have formed such a powerful bond of loyalty with the Horde, with the true Horde, Thrall's Horde, that they have basically become willing to change their ways and change their very cultural mentality in order to be more a part of this family. And that is one of the reasons why when you see that cutscene, when when you're doing the question you can't even do anymore, back in 5.3 to help the Darkspear Revolution, and Thrall says, I need to go and talk to the orcs, and and Vol'jin says, I need my people on this. He says, don't worry, I need to do this. And Vol'jin says in a quiet, almost heartbroken voice, for the Horde. That just hit me, because it was so impacting and so indicative of everything that he was and everything he believed in. Try to keep in mind that another thing that is relevant here is the Darkspear tribe, and trolls in general, don't have anything to actually believe in or cling to. Not in that sense of the word. They don't have anything strong to really keep them going, by the way. You may or not recognize that ability, but that's actually an ability that is in WoW for DPS monks. I just thought I'd point out every one of these is a monk ability in WoW. Anyways, we'll go and take that. It's so the very idea that they have such a thing as this Horde and they care so much about this Horde is partially because of how it's the first thing that Darkspear have ever actually cared about enough to really form an internal bond on. Yes, I know Zeiss is gone.
No, he just picked up Crown of the Death Lord. He just picked up your crown.
Damn it, give me my crown back, Rokon.
I can hear your heartbeat in your shoulder.
My blood pressure's weird right now.
Oh wait, no, that was just a tendon popping when you moved your arm.
Pop, 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 pop. I'm like a bag of popcorn. In a bad way. There's no butter either. Because I'm not that.
Get butter.
I'm not that fat, damn it.
And then I will lather butter on your arm.
Please don't lather butter on my arm.
Delicious.
No, please don't eat my arm. No, you can't resist garlic salt. I'm doomed. Hey, look, a Hydra.
Good night.
Good night, the Ice Frost. Good night, Zeiss, maybe?
No, Zeiss was saying good night to the Ice Frost. Zeiss is dead.
Oh, right. Hang on. Alright, now you're one of my undead minions. Congrats. So, fun fact...
You mean he didn't turn into an undead minion the other day whenever I turned into a zombie and ate them?
Of course not.
Okay.
I really hope so, as Unix. They already gave us chimeras. Hydras would be an awesome pet, even though they're actually magical creatures and attached to the old gods, thanks to Yasharaj. I'm gonna shut up for a moment.
I be Vol'jin, leader of the
Yes,
Dark
this is the first time we
Theater.
ever see Vol'jin, by the way.
It be good that the war chief send you.
Well, no, it
with
isn't.
aid,
It's the second
man.
time.
Our villages already be under attack by the human fleet. We got no time to waste.
Different voice actor, by the way.
Even now, the humans' battleships be blasting away at our coastal villages. You have little chance of defeating such a force on your own, Vol'jin. You should evacuate your tribe to the mainland and unite with the war chief's forces. Though I hate to be abandoning our homes, your plan be a wise one. However, we got to destroy those battleships before the evacuation.
Don't
can
worry.
begin.
I can do that.
Oh, these wily ones will serve you well, man.
Oh god,
Their
bomb
talent
bats?
for destruction be mighty. We have
Bomb
no
bats
flying
will go in
mounts,
Red Bull
Vol'jin. We'll be useless on land. Oh, won't be a problem, man. Now, this be feeling a bit strange.
Damn it, Vol'jin.
Oh, he turned us into bats.
Whenever you
Web-
want to
wyverns,
get your
actually.
legs back, just land in the ritual circle. Remember, you must destroy at least 5 of the human ships before we can commence with the evacuation.
So, fun couple little factoids here. First of all, Vol'jin, badass. But a lot of people forget Vol'jin is actually primarily a caster. I know he's a shadow hunter, but it's just something a lot of people tend to forget in his mentality.
I got the right
Second,
groove.
we basically only
Flush
get
them
one
out.
ability over here.
Another round?
Okay, 3 abilities. Apparently, I didn't know he still had evasion in this, but we actually have
What
completely
lies
unique
before
abilities
me,
for our
Adway?
wyvern
You
forms.
see
Happy. Parched.
Third
What
interesting
you want
fact.
me bad?
These troll bat riders, these are actually added in Frozen Throne as a new unit for the orcs. These are an enemy in Zul'Gurub in the original raid. I don't actually think they're in the 5-man. Do you remember them being in the 5-man?
I like how their bombs are lit.
Of course they are. But anyways, these were an enemy type in Zul'Gurub, and they were actually a pretty brutal enemy type if you A, weren't paying attention, or B, didn't have the DPS to kill them before Unstable Concoction killed you.
I'm
Oh,
ready
speaking of
to
which, we
crack.
just have a new unit, so we have to listen to its silly signs.
We be listening. Yeah, what is it?
Hey, shut up! The bat can't hear where he's going.
Hey, shut up, the bat can't hear where he's going.
I can see your house burning.
That's my favorite one. I can see your house burning.
Na 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 na. Ha! Me!
That one's bad. I'm not repeating it.
My balls are burning.
Obelisk carrier.
Hang on.
Tell my Wi-Fi.
Yo.
I think you should name it the Pumpernickel.
No, don't name it the Pumpernickel. Actually, that answer is not
The Pumpernickel
inaccurate.
of Doom?
The Pumper? No.
Yes.
I would.
Pumpernickel of Doom.
Foul Spice. I think StarCraft 2 is superior, although Warcraft 3 is still a phenomenal game. It is also probably worth noting that Warcraft 3 arguably has more story than StarCraft does, but StarCraft 2 was just such a huge leap forward in every other way.
The Pumpernickel of Doom.
I
I don't even know how to spell Pumpernickel.
don't either. I know it's not Pumpernickel. Who was the... What are we naming here again?
Spirit and an obelisk.
Ah, he got an obelisk carrier. Let's go ahead and name it...
The Pumpernickel of Doom.
Actually, I do have an idea, and Taffy has just mentioned it. Why don't we call it Legacy of the Void? I think that's appropriate, don't you? And Taffius, that's actually a good question. It really is. I hope so, but I have high hopes for Legacy of the Void. I really do, based on the fact that Heart of the Swarm had so much opportunity to fail and didn't. So, props, basically.
What is Moobot adding votes for?
It says that whenever you say vote, even though there's not actually anything to vote for. But simply, duh, little battleship. I sank his battleship.
His tiny battleship.
By the way, Michael's behind you, so you don't get startled. Has he, is he throwing up or what? Okay. I'll make sure to watch out for him and, you know, take extra care around him. Oh, that sucks. Oh, jeez. That sucks. Do you need anything, any wipes or anything to help clean that up? Okay, good. Yay, it was good for something. For those of you who aren't aware, in similar vein to Warcraft 2, there are actually naval units in Frozen Throne. The frigates have less damage and are cheaper, but can attack air, and the battleships have much higher damage and siege damage, but cannot attack air. Pretty similar to Warcraft 2. Really, Spirit? Okay, let me rethink that for a moment. Call it the Sinistral. No, that's not going to work. It's going to be too long too. Let me think about this for a moment.
Pumpernickel of Doom.
No, that would be too long.
Of Doom.
Of Doom is not the name of a ship, especially not an obelisk. It's a type of ship in Star Trek that's really awesome. By the way, grats. Void Legacy, that might work. Good idea. Try Void Legacy, see if that'll work. What do you say? I can't. Well, good, we found him at least. Poor cat. Titanic. Yeah, don't ever name a ship Titanic unless you're either doing it ironically or you know what you're getting into.
Somebody else voted Pumpernickel of Doom.
Damn it, people. It's not gonna work, guys. Try a Void Legacy, Spirit. You can tell I'm uneasy because I don't actually need to constantly be replenishing my forces back here with additional bats. Here they are. I know they give you additional bats to do this on hard difficulty, and yes, I've done this on hard too. I've beaten all of Warcraft 3 on hard. You really need to be very careful on some of these missions. Those ships demolish your air units on hard difficulty. What's the name of that ship I really like the name of? No.
Lazarus of Doom. Puppy of Doom?
Too long.
Cat of Doom.
There you go. What is the name of that ship? That's gonna bother me. It's no, not the Serenity. It's Davy Jones's ship. Not just in the movies, but you know, in the actual mythology. I really can't think of it all of a sudden. I mean, I used to be a big thing on that. In fact, back when Pirates of the Caribbean 2 came out, and I was, you know, they talked about the Flying Dutchman, I was like, holy crap, yeah, because I actually knew about it. Yes, the Flying Dutchman, thank you.
You just said the Flying Dutchman.
Did I?
Yes, you said when they talked about the Flying Dutchman.
Oh, whatever.
You saw it, and then you're like, yes, the Flying Dutchman, thank you.
So anyways, I want everyone in chat to say the Flying Dutchman. It's very important.
Of Doom.
Of Doom. That's also important. I remember Queen Anne's Revenge, because Blackbeard was an evil sack of crap who deserved to die. And did.
You died.
Blackbeard.
Oh, you died.
No, I didn't. I'm still fine. What are you talking about? See that mage? See how she's dead now? The Flying Dutchman of Doom. I like that.
I like Wrath's way of saying it.
I like Spirit's response to all this. Oh, we're done. Wait, we gotta kill more people.
On the prowl.
I'm pretty sure Flying Dutchman of Doom won't fit. By the way, Gimmers, I didn't mean the real Blackbeard. I meant the one in Pirates of the Caribbean. Sorry, should have clarified.
The Frying Welshman? Because the desert island is right there next to... show them the map.
There are strategic reasons to do this, actually.
Yes, you take over the island, you use it as a jumping ground.
Mm-hmm. And you could use it as a staging ground, is what she means, but you can also use it as a convenient spot to attack any nearby units, including ships, which are forced to go through the Narrows.
Yeah.
Shut up, Rondo.
That's how my brother thinks. Yeah, I can't think of the name. Oh, you know, and then I just remember thinking, you know, the Flying Dutchman.
Back to being ourselves. That would be me. So which one's which? Quick! Ah, too late.
You saved my tribesmen. The outer villages be ready for the evacuation. They await only the signal to begin. In order to signal the evacuation, you gotta light the 5 signal braziers scattered across the island.
Which voice were we using for
When
that?
you're done, the rest of me tribe will set sail for the mainland.
Yeah, it was the announcer, you're right.
But be careful,
Yeah.
man.
My
They're more
name is
dangerous
Inigo
foes than
Montoya.
humans prowling the
That one.
You killed my father.
Yeah.
Prepare to die.
Yeah.
I got there right. You gotta hurry, man. The human fleet be drawing near.
Vulcan has now joined your party. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Another
you,
round?
man. I'll give it a shot.
There we go.
Don't worry. Be happy. Unleash my strength.
Okay. Are you going to bed?
You gotta do. The cleric, priest, dude, preacher thing.
What were we doing his voice as?
I don't remember.
Damn it, making me pull this up.
I'm not doing the priest.
Merlin. No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, come on.
No. So, fun fact, the sea giants are actually wearing sharks as armor. Some people have said the skin of sharks? No, they just flop the sharks up on there. They don't do that in WoW. For anybody who's
They
curious.
flay the shark first.
Poor sharks. They will be missed. Where the hell am I going? I'm going this way. See you around, Iriati.
Do some Buttercup.
No.
Do some grandson.
Which one was that one? Oh, I actually did that already. Fun fact, guys, I actually, well, no, actually, I'm not going to say that. That would spoil it. Let's just say that one of my voices in this listing is actually called Baggage Claim Toad. And I'm sure only some of you get that reference because I didn't have nearly as many viewers back when I was doing Paper Mario 2, but... yeah, anyways. Do. What movie's getting a sequel? Drago? Sis, I love you. Now I'm going to kill you. Okay, now I'm really going to kill you. I will kill you so badly. Oh, Sharknado. Didn't they make another one that was like shark octopus NATO sharky?
I like how the turtles
NATO-ish.
die and fall into a human skeleton.
That's not a human skeleton. Look at that. That's a big old turtley skeleton.
It looks different now.
That's because you're crazy. And now, one of them is working for me. Sharktopus. I knew it. I knew it was a thing. Hey, it worked for me. Thank you. Come on.
How'd you get him to work for you?
I told him to work for me. Weren't you listening?
I know.
Well, for one thing, I've got Rokon in my party. For another, Vol'jin has given me his blessing. So if we put 2 and 2 together, we get badass. Any questions? Lone shark. Turtle soup does not taste good, in my personal opinion. I'm not sure why Shredder was always so interested in it. I mean, constantly. Tonight I dine on turtle soup. And then he started talking like the Count for no discernible reason.
How do they get the sharks to stay on them?
The sharks are very well trained.
How do they get them to stretch out like that?
The sharks are very well
Are you
trained.
sure they don't fillet them first?
I am positive.
But look, there's even red along the edges.
You don't understand the true power of the dark side of being one of those guys.
They actually fillet and open up the shark and then just stick it on
You're
their
all
head.
gonna die.
You wouldn't join us tonight. What's up with the purple?
That's Rokan's ultimate ability. It basically is insane. It sends all those guys out and they all life drain from everything and heal him for what they steal. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yes, they do, Ratchill. Lots of laser beams. What's that? Int. Go, Rokan.
Grab the emptiness.
Kill maim? That sounds like something he wants. Let's drop that. Let's see what kill maim is. Ah, vampiric weapon. Yeah, we'll leave that on him. Oh, hang on. There's another totem. Tome. Tome of Smackings, yes. Alright, I missed one. In fact, I missed two. How the hell did I miss two? Seriously. Am I just blind? Got that one, got that one. Didn't get that one for some reason? Or that one? What the hell? I even cleared that area. I'm retarded. Well, of course, the problem is Rexxar has to actually be the one to go up to it, so... Rexxar, goo. There we go. Who the hell is this? Sea Giant Hunter.
Generic dude.
Me, generic dude, with living shark on back.
Dead shark. I filleted him myself.
That is actually a good point, Ziggs. How do you plan for that? The answer is obvious, of course. First, you talk to Michael Bay.
And then you kill everything.
With explosions. Oh, congrats, Bowman. Did you do it? Did you beat my time? Hour and 2 minutes? For 100%. Sixth strength. Yeah, we'll go ahead and replace those with that. Move. There we go.
Purple runey thing.
It is a rune of mana. If you run over it, it automatically gives mana to everyone like that. Ban all pizza places. And now we return to Thrall. How the hell do we return to Thrall? Did they sell anything worth a damn? Orb of Slow. That's actually a pretty good orb amongst the orbs. I'm gonna just say orb a couple more times. Orb, 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 orb.
That's how you go back.
Okay. To Thrall.
I'm ready to track.
No, we need to go talk to Thrall, actually, which means we need to go way over here.
Oh, apparently you can just walk.
No, actually. What the? Okay.
I wander alone.
We're retarded. One
On
moment,
the
please.
prowl. Our paths converge. I'm acting on instinct.
He's acting on instinct.
On the prowl.
Rexxar, that's what he just said. I'm acting on instinct.
Oh.
On the prowl.
Ew.
Our what?
I don't want to talk about that. Killing.
Those are swamp yeti, also known as jungle stalkers.
Ew.
These are what eventually become the moss elementals, for lack of a better term, in WoW. If you remember what I'm talking about, they were quite
really creepy things.
No, not the fog ones.
Oh.
The ones that just look like a. You know what? Here, I'll just show you.
The ones that have the slimy hair falling off them?
Hang on. It's gonna be like, I've never heard of anything like that. You're making up things again, Arsh. Yeah, I figured. Fortunately, this might still work. Yeah, those.
Ah.
Bog Beast is apparently what those are actually called. I'm decided to go ahead and do the bonus mission first. Nethrazine. Who lost your password? Also 0. If Michael Bay was directing a Warcraft movie, there would only be one story he'd be willing to do: the final battle at Mount Hyjal, and it would be like 20 minutes of attempts at character development that would be very poorly done. Lots of shots of Jaina showing off her cleavage and her stomach, and then the last hour of the movie would be Nordrassil exploding over and over and over and over and over. Oh yeah, demons would also show up and cause explosions while Nordrassil was exploding.
Pictures of Jaina with bits of her clothing exploded and
Okay, we're going too far there. We got to pull back, guys.
just her skirt.
I'm acting on
Damn it, sis.
instinct.
Have her skirt explode up so you can show off her thighs.
Explodeception. Now we gotta go all the way back. You guys thought I was kidding when I said this is a prototype for WoW's walk all over the place thing. For those of you who don't remember, in vanilla, a lot of quests involved a lot of travel. Good. And yeah, you didn't. 40 actually. 40 for the crap ones. 60 for the good ones, which were so expensive not actually many people even had them. Yeah, actually, I had 2. Frozen earned up the money for hers, and I actually got the Paladin mount, turning too far to the right. I actually got the Paladin mount on silver. I was very proud of that. It was harder to get. Yeah, it was even worse. You basically should have just... No, it didn't. It just cost a lot of time and effort, and also gold. It was like 600 gold total, which was still a lot.
And 60 gold for the skill.
Mm-hmm. No, Yachiman, I'm just in a lot of pain. Zahn's feet are fine.
On the prowl.
God damn it, come on. Ah.
I'm glad you returned safely, Rexxar. You've done well. My scouts have informed me that the Darkspear trolls have landed further down the coast. They'll be much safer under the Horde's protection. Still, the situation with the humans has intensified. I've received word that they're sending an emissary to parley with me. We're to meet at Razor Hill around midnight.
I don't know, Thrall. It sounds like a trap to me. Let me go in your place.
I can't imagine that Jaina Proudmoore would ever set me up, Rexxar. Even so, I'm not one to run from a fight.
Just trust me. If you're right, we'll have lost nothing.
Here, sis, like fully adjusted. Oh, that's so much better. Now I can actually relax my neck. Hi guys, I'm back. So, what the hell was I talking about? Killing everyone. You know, this is gonna bother me. Let's go ahead and get those damn eggs. No. We should. We're not gonna be OCD on my stream. No. It's all good. Fine. First, because Sis insists on it. Hey, Akalaka. Only 2 Lakas. Sis gave you more Lakas. Scourge versus the Tyranids? That's a weird question. What? They're from Warhammer 40k. Some people say they're copycats of the Swarm. Other people say the Swarm are copycats of them. The Swarm are sort of copycats of them, but as with a lot of things, Blizzard took the initial idea and then went with it and turned it into other directions. It's one thing I actually like that Blizzard does. They do definitely take source and inspiration material, but A, they're honest about it, and I like that. And B, they usually do something with it rather than just, basically copy-pasting it. I talked about that before. It's the difference between a clone and an inspiration. What? I still can't hear you.
Sweater. You like?
Yeah. It's nice. I likes. That's enough. I have deemed it so. Okay, I can't do that. Ah, thank you. Yeah, Nick the Looney, you are actually correct. Warhammer 40k tends to get a little bit too stuck up about themselves. And again, I also say that speaking as someone who likes Warhammer 40k. Oh, we did this, we did that, guys.
I like how you stomp in the ground, actually.
Damn right.
Are you going down underneath?
Yes. Taphius, I don't believe you at all. Nevertheless, I will totally take your question seriously. Now, I don't actually remember where the other egg is. Soup, definitely.
Soup. I like pasta. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Honestly, normally I'm fine. It's just my neck is worse than usual today. That's why I'm resting it right now. You should be happy that I'm resting my neck. Well, then we're all happy. I don't see it. Does anybody remember what the...
I don't know what it looks like. You can't see anything.
Well, there was one right here. See that little foliage thing?
Yeah.
So it'll be on something like that. So visual recognition time.
Okay. Wait. No, that was a tree.
Yep. Can't go any further that way. You must gather your lacquers before continuing forth. Baldur's Gate reference.
There.
I think I already got that one. See you around, Taphius. Enjoy dinner. And Netherzine, basically they started working on a Warhammer game like everyone talked about. And I don't actually know the full story, but they either lost the rights or lost interest. And so they decided to take what they already had and go ahead and make another game with it, because copyright laws weren't quite as strict back then. And it's just kind of evolved since then. That is the one. Yay! The final leg.
Ah, well done, lad. Studying these eggs will help me understand the Thunder Lizard's ecology. They could be the key to ensuring that nothing like this ever happens again.
Sandlane Resurrection. And yeah, whoop, stop. Where'd the book go? Say, I have no room in my inventory, so I doubt I can actually pick up this. And yeah, as mentioned, Warcraft 1 basically didn't have a story for all intents and purposes. Like, really, when it comes down to it. Oh, cool. Okay, this actually needs to go on you, so let's get rid of the Potion of Mana. You give him this. And then you take that back. Alright, let's rock.
How'd you know there was a book there?
Because I knew my inventory was full, and I completed a quest which gave me a reward. But my inventory was full. See? So I knew it was going to be dropped somewhere where I just was. Now again, let's not get into bashing. That's why I usually keep it. It has a regen element to it. I do actually like Warhammer 40k. I really do. But it's also worth noting that Warhammer 40k is one of those things where how good it is kind of depends on how well it's being written at that particular point in time, if you know what I mean. I have seen some Warhammer 40k books that are really, really, really good. And I've seen some that are just as bad, so... Alright, where's the summit? Hang on. It'll ping in a minute. I guess I'll just kind of head this way generically. So this is Durotar. Does it look like it? Now, StarCraft actually started off as... There it is. StarCraft actually started off as a Warcraft clone, believe it or not. I mention that because if you've ever seen the first draft of StarCraft, you know what I mean. It literally was Warcraft 2 with slightly different textures, and it looked terrible. It actually looked abominable. I personally think if they stuck with that original version of StarCraft, it would have bombed. It would have been terrible. It wouldn't have sold, and we wouldn't have StarCraft as we know it now. It would have just disintegrated right then and there. Would you guys just die? God, you're just in my way. Yeah, Warcraft in space. It was literally Warcraft in space. That's a joke nowadays because they did something with it. But at the time, yeah, it was bad. But then they did something with it. Yay, thank God. And StarCraft was a huge, gargantuan improvement in every way, in storytelling, in gameplay mechanics, in underlying programming, in graphics, in concept. One of the things that StarCraft did that was effectively new, and I know some people might technically argue with me on this, but remember, if you're doing it technically, you're wrong. StarCraft was, for all intents and purposes, the first RTS to actually have side differences that really mattered. Up until then, the differences between the sides were usually minute or cosmetic. Warcraft 2 itself is a good example of that. So is the Command & Conquer series, just to use another example. Total Annihilation, another good one. For all intents and purposes, the sides generally were analogous. StarCraft really took the ball and ran with it, with actually doing that. And now that's the norm, is having different sides that have genuine variants. Damn it, would you stop fighting things, Chen? I agree, Nethrazim, especially given StarCraft's story has only, in my personal opinion, gotten better. By the way, I actually agree with what Nick the Looney said. Gaunt's Ghost and Eisenhorn are both excellent books in the Warhammer setting. You asleep?
No.
Ojunix was concerned. Unit variants, Tall. Not even just unit variants, because that's not enough. The Zerg play differently than the Protoss, who play differently than the Terrans. They actually added changes in the fundamental structure of how they function. And this was true in Warcraft 3 as well.
I'm okay, Ojunix.
I am worried about my sister, though.
Why?
Because
Why?
it's my job. No. I need to go steam some veggies before you go to bed, though. Cutscene.
This is it. The meeting place lies just beyond.
I don't like coffee.
Greetings, humans. It's about time you showed up.
What is the meaning of this? This ogre cannot be the Orc war chief.
And you are not Jaina Proudmoore.
Jaina? Why would you think she would be... Ugh, enough of this drivel. We'd hoped to corner your wretched war chief, but you will have to suffice. Strike!
Assassins! I knew this was a trap!
Now, I find this interesting because the reason they assumed it would be Jaina is the obvious reason, because Jaina is the only surviving leader of humans that we know of at this time. This was another teaser for what would happen in WoW, where we would find out that the Stormwind Kingdom actually survived as well. The idea that there are other human survivors other than Theramore. It was a very necessary thing for WoW's story.
Tell me who sent you, human. Was it Jaina?
Foolish beast. You have no idea what's coming for you.
Why do people always feel like being cryptic when they're
only
dying? What is it with that?
Beginning.
Anyways.
His face is so funny. His face is so funny.
Yeah. Sorry. But no, it was actually a very important thing because otherwise, you know, we would have... It would have been such a strangeness to think about there being other humans when at the end of Warcraft 3 proper, there really weren't any. Oh. Cutscene in a moment. Thrall, we're here. Oh, there we go.
You were right, Rexxar. I should have trusted your instincts. Still, I can't believe Jaina would try something like this.
She wouldn't.
Perhaps it's time we took a more direct approach. Rexxar, I've written a letter to Jaina Proudmoore asking her to account for all this madness. I want you to infiltrate her base on Theramore Isle and deliver it to her, personally.
You can count on me, Thrall. But I may need help bypassing the humans' defenses.
I've chartered this Zeppelin to take you to the Darkspear tribe's new village. Once you get there, Vol'jin will see that you get all the help you need.
These are all short, and those two...
Good luck, Rexxar. The future of Durotar is in your hands.
So for those of you who don't understand what I was talking about earlier with regards to how irritated we were when Frozen Throne was new, this was where the campaign ended, at Frozen Throne's release, and then very shortly thereafter they released the second part, which we'll be playing in a second here. And then they didn't release the third part until like a month afterwards. So... Now this second part is my personal favorite. It's the longest. Yeah, see, there it is right there. To be continued. Bless you. To be continued. And then, yeah. Now, Part 2 is my personal favorite. It's got the most story and the most section, and it's got lots of really awesome stuff. They clearly worked on the stuff that they learned in the first part and really started working on the second part. The third part is much, much shorter, but very action-packed and very story relevant. Now, we're going to pause for just a moment here, because I need to go heat up some steamed vegetables before my sis goes to bed, so I don't wake her. So I'll be right back, guys.